what you wanna do. Won't you listen to the man that's loving you? The world keeps spinning and you can't jump off, but I will catch you if you fall. I can't tell you enough. I hate to hear that you're feeling low. I hate to hear that you won't come home. Oh, why should we care for what they're selling us anyway? We're so younger, and you don't have to be there, babe. You don't have to be scared, babe. You don't need a plan. What you wanna do? Won't you listen to the man that's loving you? Easy, easy, and a 1, 2, 3. Easy breezy, won't you come with me? Easy, easy, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9. Why should we care for what they're selling us anyway? We're so younger, and you don't have to be there, babe. You don't have to be scared, babe. You don't need a plan. What you wanna do? Won't you listen to the man that's loving you? Shadows settle on the place that you left. Our minds are troubled by the emptiness. Destroy the middle, it's a waste of time. From the perfect start to the finish line. And if you're still breathing, you're the lucky ones. 'Cause most of us are heaving through corrupted lungs. We're setting fire to our insides for fun. Collecting names of the lovers that went wrong. The lovers that went wrong. We are the reckless, we are the wild youth. Creating visions of our future truth. And one of us will die before he gets there. And if you're still bleeding, you're the lucky ones. 'Cause most of us, our feelings, they are dead and they are gone. We're setting fire to our insides for fun. Collecting names.
Well, hey there, everyone. It is Kristi. It is it Monday, Kevin? Is today Monday?
Yes, it is Monday.
It's Monday, and it's the happy hour. Kevin and I were off air just discussing his exciting, fascinating viewing habits in the lockdown era.
Well, yeah, but we don't need to talk about that. It's technically illegal in 7 states. So
Well, what is?
That's a porn joke. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and so you were saying it's gotten so desperate.
I was watching for the 2000 and I think it was something like 11 Tour de France highlights.
Highlights from old cycling. Like that's just guys cycling. Like that's
mainly it's mainly the highlights involve grown men pedaling. Like, is the main bit.
This person's in the lead. That person's in the lead of this leg, from 15 years ago or whatever that is now. I forget the year.
Well, talking of old shit. Oh God, I felt old. I was looking up some old music and stuff, and I found a song I used to quite like back in the day because it was sort of funny. But do you know My Band by Eminem /D12?
I don't think I do.
Oh, okay. You probably do.
Okay. I might not recognize that
Because I'm
title.
the lead singer of my band. Anyway, that was 16 years ago. And I thought to myself, that can't be real. That has to be. But that was like yesterday that was out. The fuck?
Yeah.
16 fucking years.
Yeah, by the
God,
time you hit your late 40s, that sensation of I can't be that long ago is just crushed you, and you just start to accept like everything was ancient. Everything you did was a dusty and gone now. Like it just wears you, I think, eventually down. Yeah. So
Probably. Well,
yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
So we're old.
Yeah. And
Death is
getting older.
inevitable.
That's true.
Happy hour.
Yeah. Pub? Just do like a Nick Frost and Hot Fuzz pulling the air deodorant across his chest. Pub? Why not?
Yeah.
You know, what else are you going to do?
Have you seen the outtakes from that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's very funny.
And the best is Nick Frost was improvising, you know, when they were chasing the cousins, brothers, whatever guy. And when he ran up, every time he would improvise a new joke. And the one they ended up with in the movie was, I'm not made of eyes. And I think one of the only reasons is because they picked that one is that Simon Pegg manages to keep a straight face for that scene. The rest of them, he just lost it. Yeah.
I'm not made of eyes. That's actually a good line.
It's a really great line, isn't it? I love Hot Fuzz. Definitely one of my top comedy movies of all time. Yeah, so we've got basically, guys, this is going to be a pretty light show unless Kevin has some dark stuff. Because I've got mostly stuff, like I've got kitties. Like shit you're seeing on the screen right now. Kitty on the back with a belly that just wants to be rubbed. This is what you're going to get from my timeline. So we're going to kick it over to Kev first. Because we're trying out this new thing where I make Kevin do more work.
Yeah, because that's why we started this show, was to do work.
Yes.
That's definitely what it was. Yeah, okay, so I need to screen share, don't I?
Yeah, but let me drag your cock and balls. Over right where everyone can
drag
see
them. They haven't done anything wrong.
Well, I gotta grab them.
I
gotta grab them with that, mouse claw. Perfect. That was well done. Oh, that was the best we've managed, I think, so far. Oh, but I do have to. Sorry, I'm gonna have to hide the banner for the show because otherwise people won't. No, that's the wrong screen. Sorry. There it
what
goes.
the fuck are you doing? See, this is what I mean.
No, it's fine. You do your own thing.
You put too much effort into this, Krista.
I tried. Yes.
Rather than try and make me put effort into it, you also need to put less effort into it.
Okay, and to make you feel better.
You're trying to raise the overall standard. I'm trying to raise the standard down.
Right. Okay.
So we're both trying to get to equality, but I think that you need to do less.
That's how that works. It's not where you do more. It's I need to be a bit more shit.
If I wanted to do more, I would have already done more. The market forces of me not doing it in the first place suggest that I don't want to do it. So
yes, this is true.
Checkmate.
But
logic. Anyway.
So what do you got for us tonight, Kev?
The President of the United States of America has a son who has the same name, except Junior at the end.
It's hard to tell them apart if you just go by stupidity.
So anyway, Dun Trumples, just standing for Candace Owens, as you do.
Why? She didn't get fucking banned from Twitter. She
got banned from Twitter.
No, she didn't. She got put in Twitter jail. I went to her account and it was active. This is some bullshit right here. Her account is still around.
He's like a young than boomer. He doesn't understand the difference. And Candace Owens is a clever enough liar and a prettier enough woman that he thinks that, oh, well, I'll just believe what she says.
Honestly, the whole free Candace, she got in freaking Twitter jail. It happens to everybody pretty much if you do any kind of political fighting on Twitter. Just be better.
Exactly.
Or have a backup account.
You just spam interracial gay porn at people and you get banned.
Imagine.
Mad times.
Imagine. Oh my God, is political correctness gone? Oh wait, no, it's just not harassing people with sexual images.
Yeah, I don't remember that line in the John Lennon song, to be honest. But,
Imagine there was no harassment.
Imagine all the gay porn tweeted at Nazis. Ooh. Anyway, so that happened. Just I bookmarked that because it was a thing. In further bannings, I'd mentioned on my Facebook and my Twitter and all the rest of it about David Icke. Now, David Icke might not be someone who you're immediately familiar with. He's a British guy. Actually, people don't seem to realise he was previously a professional footballer.
Oh, no.
in his youth. Yeah, he was a goalkeeper for Coventry City. So a high standard. And he was like a normal person.
Yeah.
And then something happened. I don't know what. He went on the Terry Wogan show and claimed to be the son of God.
Okay.
As you do. He now believes that lizards run the world. Do you remember me talking about the lizard thing?
Mm-hmm.
With my idea of how it couldn't be a conspiracy theory if they were all individual lizards who didn't know the other lizards were lizards.
Right. Unless they go on the
radio.
radio.
That was based on... Yeah. That was... Yeah. I remember you crying with laughter. It was glorious. Because that's literally how I spent an afternoon, was thinking about that. Rather than doing anything
his lizard talk.
Productive or worthwhile. So, but anyway, that was based on the David Icke, or the Ickean perspective, I suppose. They're all
lizard
lizards
occupation
in human suits. I don't know whether... Do you have to kill a human?
They have a false lizard.
Or do you go to the human suit shop? I don't know.
Do you meet other lizards there, but then you would know you were...
Well, what you don't want to do if you're going to be a world leader is you don't want to get it off the peg. You want to get a properly tailored human suit.
Definitely bespoke, yeah. For sure.
Otherwise, you end up looking a twat going to the EU in a really saggy-looking human suit. Terrible. That is a meta joke for this show.
Yeah, people in the chat who've been long-time listeners will appreciate that deep cut reference.
Exactly. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, so yeah, he believes all that fucking shit. 9/11 trutherism, you name your fucking bullshit, he believes it. Anyway, he got banned from Facebook after years. I don't know why they've now decided.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's done anything recently that was any worse than maybe the Jews did 9/11 thing. But he got banned from Facebook, and then YouTube took his account down.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Yeah. So.
Other shitlords also have this
problem. But as we've seen from Milo, deplatforming doesn't work, clearly. What we need to do is give Nazis a platform.
Right. And then you can debate them in the free market of ideas.
Exactly. Anyway, so...
the free market of ideas that we got Carl to concede is flawed and doesn't work because it wouldn't perpetuate white breeding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, I just love that.
Bizarrely.
We need to preserve Enlightenment ideals because they're associated with British culture, but those very Enlightenment ideals are reducing our fecundity, and so we have to actively work against the Enlightenment ideals we need to preserve. That's some Carl level thinking there.
Exactly, and he was going about Muslims are bad because they don't believe in the Enlightenment ideals, but I dislike these Enlightenment ideals.
Yes. We need to undermine these parts of the Enlightenment ideals.
He's called pitching for a job as an imam.
He's on his way to fundamentalist, I tell you.
Thoughts? I don't know.
That's his character.
Anyway. Yeah. Imagine that, a Muslim redemption arc for Carl.
Well,
I mean, 2020's gone mental. 2020 has gone fucking crazy, so who knows?
That's true.
Maybe he will actually just join ISIS and go, look, I can hate women and gays. So
yeah, openly here.
No, it's no different, really.
Yeah, and I feel like
I can really be me amongst ISIS.
Yes,
you know?
That's Carl 2022.
I feel finally, for the first time in my life, I feel comfortable in my own skin. Allahu Akbar. Would be hilarious. Anyway, that's not attacking all Muslims, by the way, just the nutters.
No, yeah, just the fundies of any religion.
Exactly, yeah. Look, with everything, if you're a fundamentalist, you're probably a prick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Liberty Hangout, who people may know as Mr. Dapperton / Anarchy Ball, who I did a Manosphere episode on and all the rest of it.
Okay.
He's an idiot. And as always, libertarianism, when I say libertarianism, I mean right-wing, American-style libertarianism.
Yeah.
Although the idea that having essentially capitalist autocracy as liberty seems to me like a really, like, the idea that you're a defender of liberty as an American libertarian is just incongruent.
With capitalism.
And libertarianism is the ultimate gateway to fascism. I've always said it. Anyway, so this fucking idiot who, and in order to understand this, you have to understand what libertarianism is supposed to be. The idea of breaking down unjustified hierarchy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want expansionist freedom in every dimension of your life. Indeed.
So this Liberty Hangout twat says, real libertarians are monarchists.
No, they fucking aren't. I love your report.
I just responded with, real bachelors are married.
Yeah, precisely. It's the it's like the anti-tautology. It's the antonym. It's the opposite.
It's like, all midgets are giants.
To be a subject to a monarch goes against everything about like libertarianism.
I cannot think of a more unjustified hierarchy than whose balls/ovaries you came out of.
You know,
that doesn't seem like that's based on talent or knowledge or wisdom. That's just your dad came in your mum. That's it.
Yeah. I was watching a documentary.
Or turkey baster. You never know. Whatevs.
Yeah. I was watching a documentary on Thomas More, actually, because I was interested in that period, so I kind of deep dive, videos on that.
Oh, wow. So you were watching old, boring shit that was even more boring than what I was doing.
Yes. But one of the historians noted, and I'm just going to attribute it to the historian because I haven't independently verified this, but in his writings, when it came to talking about monarchs and government, because he had a sort of like, is a Senate better or is a monarch better? And he decided a Senate was actually better because you get a consul for like 4 years. And early on in their reigns, kings are usually pretty good and they try to get on people's good sides. So if you swap them every couple of years, that's actually a good thing. But he said, why are we even discussing this? Because we have a monarch. But that wasn't the point. The point was that in his writings, he never referred to subjects. He always discussed citizens or the people. So it's a sort of an interesting sort of selection of... He was also very influenced by Greek writing. And so that might have been part of the reason why he, in some ways, anticipated a lot of later ideas.
So considering he was influenced by the Greeks, does that mean he was alpha or beta?
I don't know. Not to say that he was like, yeah.
That's part of the Greek alphabet.
Yes. Got it. And not to say that like he was, questioning subject loyalty, but just to say that he was deliberate in his word choice. So, anyway.
Well, I mean, I'll be open about it. I will question. I'm not loyal to the monarch. I'm just not. I had to sign papers saying I am when I get a passport. That's literally true.
Is it?
And MPs have to say they are and things like that, but I'm not actually.
I have to.
If it came down to it, you can put a rifle in my hand, I will drop it and walk away. And you'll probably arrest me and kill me or put me in jail. But either way.
Would you feel less objection to swearing an oath to the laws and practices of the British, like, sort of constitution as it stands? I know it's not a written document.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have a problem with that because there is actually a genuine, not to go all Monty Python, but the mandate derives from the situation. Yeah. But it's basically
some
true.
farcical water ceremony.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, because finish your thought, and then I wanted to jump on that.
I was just going to say that you're part of a bigger thing, which I'm happy to admit. I'm not just an individual. I'm not a radical individualist. You understand? But I certainly don't want to pledge allegiance to this unjustified bullshit. Whereas I think democracy has a justification in and of itself. So
democratic legitimacy is itself a concept. Yeah, like the governance is derived from the legitimacy of a popular vote. Yeah. Because when I was actually a county board supervisor first when I was 20, and then I was reelected, and I stayed until I left to move to Madison to take up a job working for university students across Wisconsin. But
before you went to the bright lights of Madison.
Yes, bright lights, big city of Madison, Wisconsin. I swore, you had to put up your right hand and you swear to protect and defend the Constitution. And sorry, the thing about that was because up until Trump, that was an uncontested idea for me. Like I really didn't have a sense of what I was fine with it, and I accepted it and I believed in it. But when now I see people actually being more loyal to a man than to the set of ideas that are supposed to bind us together, it puts that contrast in a much starker light for me. And I see the difference much more clearly now between a personal oath of loyalty or personal, fealty compared with a bond to a principle. And so I think I can understand your position better now, not wanting to swear loyalty to a crown, but willing to be loyal to your country and the citizens and the people and the residents and everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've said this before, I won't fight in an army abroad, but I would defend. Look, if we were invaded, I'd defend. Mm-hmm. That's fair. Because I know that ultimately you're doing it for that monarch in essence, because literally the armed forces don't swear allegiance to the people or the country, but to the head of state and all their heirs and successors. So again, if you come out the right set of balls and ovaries, the army will fucking die for you.
Yeah, that's weird.
They're not dying for me. Fuck that noise.
No. Yeah, that's kind of
so
weird.
That's a thing. Yeah, it is. It's enormously weird, yeah. But as with everything in Britain, it kind of works, so people just ignore it.
Yeah, people are able to invent. I don't think they really talk about loyalty to the Queen now. They probably talk about service and honor and duty and sacrifice. So they probably stripped all of the modern discussions about service away from fealty and being a subject and doing things for the crown. It's not like the First World War. It was king and country. I don't think that kind of. I don't know. Were the Iraq wars for king, queen, and country? Didn't really get that.
But the direct oath that a service member gives is to the Queen.
Right, but I'm talking about the media framing. Sorry, like the newspapers.
Oh no, that
discourse.
was for. That was it was partly self-defense because we were told a load of lies like this.
Right.
Oh, well, in 45 minutes they can have missiles prepared that can fire on London. Load of bollocks, absolute bollocks. And we're defending the freedom of the Iraqis. Which, so no, it wasn't about king and country particularly, but this is what with the whole Brexit thing. What popped into my mind during that was, what about if Parliament decides a thing and the Queen refuses to do it, and they had to come down to it? Which way would the army go on that? I don't know.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
Let's hope we never have to deal with that for whatever reason.
Indeed.
Do you know?
I don't think we've had an army overthrow of a directly elected government in Britain, but what we came close to it actually in the 60s, government of Harold Wilson, there were plans by the army to overthrow that during there was a significant economic crisis.
I got distracted by the trends on your page. I'm seeing here weirdly that Nicolas Cage is trending, and also trending in the UK. Look at the last trending phrase.
Ratus Norvegicus.
Do you know?
Oh, that's because it's a reference to a song by the Stranglers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because one of the members of the Stranglers died, which is why No More Heroes is also trending.
Right. Okay. All right. So that was it. Just got distracted. Did you?
Also, Nicolas Cage is trending. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't want to press on it because this is working so far. So let's not touch
just
things.
Leave it. I can check on my phone.
Yeah, Dusty Smith made a very good point here about the fucking what's his name? Ben Shapiro. What the fuck? I forgot his name briefly. Anyway, scaremongering around death panels. Do you remember that during the Obamacare debates and all that shit? The very same people that were making those arguments are now saying dumb shit like this from Ben Shapiro. Because Ben Shapiro wrote that article, by the way. The death panels are coming.
Oh, right. Okay. So when it's Republicans, it's okay.
Yeah, and he's now saying, if someone who is 81 dies of COVID-19, that is not the same thing as someone who is 30 dying of COVID-19. If grandma dies in a nursing home at age 81, that's tragic and it's terrible. Also, the life expectancy in the United States is 80. So Ben Shapiro wants to be the death panel.
Yeah, Trump has basically put America in a herd immunity position now. That's what he's going for. And Ben Shapiro's right there to help him. Just a little flashback to the Carr campaign.
Yeah, that's just the thing.
By the way, I figured out why.
They put out that funny little image of a smiley face nipple. I mean, look how hard he is nipping in that picture.
It must be pretty brisk outside.
If it's that cold, put a coat on.
I found out, by the way, why Nicolas Cage is trending.
Is he dead?
No, he's still very much alive.
Okay.
He's
has he had his face surgically removed and replaced with that of John Travolta?
No, but that's a good answer. That's also a good callback. He's going to play Joe Exotic from The Tiger King in some new scripted series. I hope they actually show what a complete vile racist he is, because apparently in the documentary they really covered that up. So,
He can't be racist. Some of his best friends are black and orange.
Yeah, orange.
See what I did? That's a tiger reference. That's literally all I know about that show. Horrible man. He's now in prison. He likes tigers.
Yeah, and he's from Florida.
Of course he is.
Right.
He's in jail.
They're just like the whole Florida man stereotype is that guy. So anyway, that's why Nicolas Cage is trending. People in the chat already probably figured that out, but I don't know because I can't see the chat. So.
You don't need to see the chat.
That's true.
They're all degenerate garbage. I'm joking. Anyway, yes, Nigel Farage. Obviously, Britain's under lockdown. Shouldn't be travelling large distances and stuff, especially if you're a rich man who doesn't need to do anything. And Nigel Farage is a rich man who doesn't need to do anything. He's not an essential worker. He never has been.
No.
And never will be. He has no actually useful skills whatsoever. Being racist is never really needed. Anyway, Nigel Farage slapped down by cops of a 100-mile lockdown beach trip to film a rant about immigrants. Sussex police reminded the ex-MEP, never an MP, did try 7 times, failed every time, that the public should stay at home for their own safety and the safety of others. Hashtag coronavirus.
Nice.
Anyway, so yeah. What a prick. Yeah, you had to go to a beach, because obviously the beach suggests, like, that's the border, because we're an island.
Oh,
so
right,
if it's a beach, it's a border. But, this is the whole thing in Northern Ireland. Let's not go into it. The mainland, if it's a beach, it's a border. So border immigrants. He had to go and rant on a beach. Always necessary, apparently, in Nigel Farage's life.
Why can't he just do his racism from the privacy of his own home? Just be there alone by yourself and be racist.
Just not do any racism would also be good.
Yeah, but
that would be better.
If he is going to do it, just do it indoors.
Yeah, in some sort of basement that's been sealed by concrete.
Yeah, a soundproof room. Perfect. Get it off your chest.
Well, no, I meant more like encasing.
Oh, right, I see. With like bars on the door.
Yeah, or some sort of, I don't know, can we shoot him into the moon? That's a joke. Anyway, what bollocks have we got now? Oh yeah, Dave Rubin, an idiot, as we know, released a new book, and apparently the only people reading this book are leftists who are reviewing it.
Nice.
As you do. Anyway, he sent out a fake tweet, or shared a fake tweet, I should say, of people saying that they were burning his book, which is ironic because his previous book was called "Don't Burn This Book." Hilarious, except that it wasn't leftists burning his book. It was actually conservatives from October of 2019 burning a book about white privilege.
And now she totally duped him.
Yeah. And he hasn't corrected the obvious massive mistake. Of course, the thing that completely defies his idea of the left being the intolerant ones. Oh,
this needs to get more play. The fact that he put out complete fake news really needs to get dragged way more over this. I don't know how I missed this. It's by the way, May the 4th be with you.
Why are you celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Kent State Massacre in that way, Kristi?
No, it's just Star Wars stuff. We can do 2 things at the same day. And completely different tones. This show is all about the emotional roller coaster. But anyway, I love the fact, a fake tweet.
No, but it actually is the 50th anniversary today of the Kent State Massacre.
Oh, so bad.
That's a thing.
Yeah, bad. Yeah, sorry, I'm just still stunned by. Sorry, what was the last thing you just said?
I said it's the 50th anniversary of a deeply black day in American history, where the U.S. National Guard shot dead 4 people at Kent State University.
Yes.
In America, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but you were focusing on Dave Rubin.
No, you go ahead. You find a way to transition from that. You go.
Okay, well, that's Dave Rubin, who existed in America somewhere between those 50 years that have passed since that day. Dave Rubin.
There you go. All right, I'm not touching that one. I'm not doing that tone shift.
That's just a funny thing that happened. I saw that and thought, that'll work. You're not watching the screen, are you?
Penis music? Is that just a penis joke?
Yeah, just penis music.
Okay, so
into the penis music.
Oh, rather than Hegel. Okay, got it. All right, penis music.
Just this is a thing. Someone pointed out here. This is. You gave me too much credit because you said that we came up with it. You came up with it.
I did come up with it. Yeah.
The idea of the Glinner being basically a dick, whatever.
Yes.
Glinner is now new slang for insulting someone in Ireland. He's a right Glinner.
Well, no, actually, it's our phrase, and it just got popularized on Twitter, and people picked up on it. That's what happened.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
TM
Ireland. I'm not saying you owe us copyright money on that.
Well, actually, yes.
Saying,
I'm
1
just
cent.
Saying
maybe link to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, 1 cent per use, or a link to the show, either. By the way, now I think I did go back and try to look for the original time we mentioned it, but it might have been on your channel, which you've mothballed. I think it might have been like because I need to look at.
That. I'm not looking for it.
No. But when you open up your channel again, I can go check. But I did find us using it in February. So yeah, and when the OED comes looking, it's gonna set the happy hour. When the OED
comes looking. Word of the year for 2020, Glinner. Anyway, so Glinner, apparently it's a noun, vulgar slang, Irish. Is there any other kind of Irish slang? Anyway, a stupid. That's I can say that. My father's Irish, and he's vulgar as shit. Anyway, a stupid, foolish, or incompetent person.
Yeah.
That's Glinner, not my dad. But yeah, there we go. So,
by the way, that looks like it's a mock-up. It's not actually real.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the pronunciation, that's not Glinner underneath.
Isn't it? I don't fucking
know.
I
mean, if you look
at... None of those ever seem to look like the thing that it is, so I don't know.
Glob's art or something? I don't know.
Love's art?
No, glob something. I don't know.
Oh, go to bed, Kristi. Anyway, this just warmed my heart. 140-year-old tortoise wearing his 5-day-old son as a hat.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That is wholesome.
Yeah, that's nice.
I stopped scratching the cat's head for 5 seconds and he looked at me like I just insulted his mom.
You probably know that look.
Yeah. I get that all the fucking time. Oh, this fucking twat.
Oh, he hasn't blocked you yet, huh?
No. Standing for June. It's harder, that, isn't it? I mean, why would a guy who's basically a bought and paid for bitch of Email's Chung be defending Gamergate and Sean Head? Very strange. He says, I'd rather a clever move on the part of the propagators of this reactionary left narrative. I think it's obvious there is a big difference between what I do and what Shu does. But in pretending it's all one, they obfuscate material analysis.
What?
Fucking hell. Have you ever met a person that loves the smell of their own farts more than Peter Coffin?
You know, I know a lot of people who worked very hard to understand Derrida because Derrida doesn't always write clearly, but Derrida actually had something to say. They obfuscate material analysis.
Yeah, it's like it would be like if Ulysses was written in shit and by a 6-year-old.
Here's the thing, Peter, you rationalize trying to ally with white supremacists because you want to expand the number of white people who vote for your ideas because that's the majority, whereas June just lives in a white culture and needs to reinforce it and feels threatened by other things, so she stays in her right-wing populism. You guys are doing the same thing.
Well, look, keep your powder dry on that one because you've got things apparently.
Yeah, I do. I do.
So keep that dry. This blew my fucking mind. Right, young Al Pacino looks like all of the Beatles at once,
with that
and
hair,
he really fucking does. And you're like, how did it? What is this? If
you merged the Beatles, you would end up with Al Pacino.
Yeah, and I can't get around that. There's no my brain, it doesn't compute. It's there, I can see it, and it's not. Oh. Anyways, that happened. Oh yeah, this definitely is true. I know this is true because there's no other explanation as to why this would be happening to me. While you sleep, your cat turns your clothes into smaller sizes to make you think you've gained weight. Definitely true.
I realized today that I was taking a less efficient route to walk around my apartment just to get more steps in.
Well, you can go outside for a walk, can't you?
Well, to go outside for a walk, I have to go downstairs, which means touching banisters and door handles and.
Well, not really.
Well, definitely, yeah. Or I could just go out on my balcony and then just go back in my house.
Yeah, or paraglide from your window.
Yeah, that's not so practical in my street. There's too much traffic. But thanks for the offer.
Paraglide whilst wearing a suit of armor.
I don't think will go very well. I have a Wile E. Coyote sort of vibe coming off of that proposal.
Yeah, and he works out really well. He's really famous.
That's true.
I mean, even though he hasn't been on TV for 50 fucking years, we're still talking
insurance,
about him. So, yeah. Also, how do you keep falling for the painted tunnel on the side of a rock?
Every time. I don't think he has very good depth perception. I think.
Yeah, terrible. Maybe glasses would sort it out. Get contacts and you can still do your physical comedy. It's all good. Anyway, so this was a fucking weird thing. Sean from the Sean and the Jens got a new video out actually about the death penalty. It's very good. I don't necessarily agree entirely with it, but it's very good nonetheless. Right. Yeah, Sean says, is it just me, or should the fact that a faction inside a major political party internally sabotage their general election chances maybe be bigger news? Now, that's from the Labour Party thing. It's a whole thing. Anyway, basically, the right wing of the Labour Party tried to fuck over Jeremy Corbyn. It's a sad, pathetic thing. But regardless of that, have you ever seen a more ridiculous non sequitur than the response by Graham Linehan to Sean here? Right? What's this got to do with anything? What? By embracing nutty gender ideology? More than one party, I think.
What? What? Like, were you having the same conversation as everyone in the room?
I don't know what he. I mean, I don't.
Frankie Boyle's right. He's obsessed.
This turf thing, like, obviously melts the workings of the brain.
Clearly.
Like, he's just gone at that point. Anyway, and then Sean's, that was the Photoshop, not Photoshop, sorry, photo crop of that. And then Sean responds, back in the day, I was proud to have Glinner following me. Here he is replying to a week's old tweet of mine with entirely unrelated whining about nutty gender ideology. He got one like. I didn't even notice it at the time. That is bad. He's got like 250,000 people following him and he got one like.
From like an empty avatar as well.
Yeah.
Like nobody in particular. Yeah. No, like
Do
look
they
at
even
it. It's
do
just
eggs anymore?
Like,
I don't think
no,
they do.
that's basically the version of the egg. Like that's that gray like is it? Or gray avatar.
The kind of weird little silhouette or whatever.
Yes, the nobody.
Yeah.
International
This was the thing.
No
we'll get on to exactly why the book became a thing in a second. But this, I'll just read out what I put. I never thought a book would make me wish Gutenberg had never bothered with the printing press. But then there's this fucking abomination. And it was a book that genuinely exists. I went on to a popular electronic retailer of books. And this is a real thing that exists. You can buy for £20 fucking pounds, called How Michael Gove Saves the World.
What?
Michael Gove is a British government minister, a horrible right-wing man whose skull I'd like to make a coffee cup out of. But anyway, he said this is a whole thing about him being like a radical, and he's going to say that it's just the hackiest hagiography you've ever fucking seen in your life. Garbage. Anyway, did I not save the thing with the live? Oh, fuck. Why didn't I save that? With the books? Oh, God. I suppose I could look for it. Yeah, I'll look for it. Bollocks to it. Because that doesn't really make any sense without... well, it does make sense. It makes sense in of itself. It's self-contained.
Yeah,
but
it all made sense to me.
More sense with a photograph that his wife, who is also like a national journalist, put out
by
of
the
their
way
bookshelf at home.
Oh yes, I think I did see that pic of the bookshelf. Yes. Do you still have your pop filter around? Because now that you've changed your mic, we're getting a lot more plosives from you.
Yeah, okay.
On-air modifications, sorry. Because
is that any better?
Yeah, it is.
Pop.
Perfect. Wow. Okay, so yeah, once you turn, so before your pop filter on, it muffled you, but then you took it off, but it was still muffled. So then you turned up your volume, but now you put your pop filter back on.
Well, I'm now one of the pop people.
Oh, that's yeah. Do all those P's and B's. Go for it, baby. You're fine.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Anyway,
not a single problem.
All right, thank you. Now, hopefully, I think I retweeted this, didn't I? I think I did. I might just need to scroll down. That's our show.
That's us.
Retweeted that.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's the Michael Gove thing. Here we go. Right. Sarah Vine is her name. And Sarah Vine is her game. No, she's a journalist, apparently. Anyway, put out this thing. Now, considering some of the dumb shit that people have been throwing about Jeremy Corbyn being an anti-Semite, right? Mm-hmm. We have a British government minister who in his house has a copy of a book by David Irving, the famous Holocaust denialist, quote-unquote historian. He's not a historian at all. Now, can I zoom in?
Mm-mm.
No! Oh, motherfucker. Okay, well, we'll try and... Can we bigger it?
You can try biggering it, but it
There
just
we go.
figures. Oh, yeah, it does bigger the picture. Oh,
a little bit.
cool.
Oh no. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, there's. I'm trying to find out. I'm gonna have to get very close to the screen. Apologies. Where are we? This one here. Hang on. So the black and white one. Can you see the?
Yep. We can see the black and white one. You sound very far away, but we can see it.
Well, can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the David Irving book, right there. Holocaust Denial. Now, people quite rightly point out, just because you've got a book doesn't mean you support the person. Like people have copies of Mein Kampf, for instance.
For historical reasons.
A, this isn't the only troublesome book in this collection. B, you're a government minister and this is in your fucking house.
Well,
and C,
it's also in the picture is more of a problem. Like, you put that out there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and putting it out there without any context or like, this is historical stuff or whatever is really fucking bad, right? So you've got that one. I'm going to have to get far away again because I can't read these small, tiny writings. There is also this one here. The Strange Death of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
By,
Europe is pretty much the only word you see on there, but we'll take your word for it.
The Strange Death of Europe by, what's his fucking name again? Douglas Murray, the far right piece of shit.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the bell curve.
Well, I was going to get to that, but where have you found it?
On my bottom shelf, basically straight underneath Europe and 2 books to the right.
Oh, yeah, the bell curve. There you go. Racist piece of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
As you do. So there are various pieces
Oh, my God.
really...
Ayn Rand. He's got Atlas Shrugged.
Yeah, he's got Atlas Shrugged as well. Yeah.
Nice.
And also, yeah, where is it? Yeah, this is the one. He's literally got a copy of How Michael Gove Saves the World in his own fucking house. I mean, it's not the most offensive of the books involved here, but it's the weirdest, I think. Why would you want to read that as Michael Gove or his wife?
Yeah, it's possible they got a free copy.
Well, certainly, why would you read it and keep it? You're going to reread that one? Right? It was a real page turner in the Gove household.
You don't know how it turns out.
Anyway. So yeah, load of shite. Yeah. Terrible, terrible human being. Anyway, so yeah, probably an answer. And like I say, you can have a book, you can have a series of books. Oh, no. Don't want to go to messages. That would be bad if I revealed private fucking messages. Go on to bookmarks, you cunt. Fuck's sake.
I didn't see any messages.
Yeah, you can have copies of a book without it being necessarily you endorsing the thing, right? But imagine if Jeremy Corbyn had a copy of any of those books.
Yeah.
The shit he would get for that is just enormous. But there won't be any investigations into Tory racism. Oh no, of course not.
Why don't actually care?
Because they run the fucking media.
Yeah, it's also the same reason why I don't think it's. I mean, I understand why people make the whole. Well, if you're going to talk about Biden in this accusation, let's bring up Trump. The thing is that the people who voted for Trump, they don't care. And the people who vote for Biden care about these issues. And so we talk about them and we agonize over them and we, go back and forth and stuff. Yeah, and people in labor care more about racism and anti-Semitism and other people just want to use it as a cudgel to beat you up with. They don't actually care about ending racism. Yeah.
Anyway, a story in 2 pictures. TERFs don't like it when the mask gets pulled off, as it turns out. Someone said, don't work with Nazis. And that person just blocked them.
Boom.
TERFs, yeah. And it's amazing when they'll say, but we really support women's rights. If you're working with Nazis, where do you think what's going to go from there?
Yeah, you don't.
You think Nazis are going to support your right to self-bodily autonomy?
Yeah, it's kind of like the feminists who allied themselves with evangelical Christians against pornography. Blanket ban, not even like a nuanced view of exploitation versus free will. Just no pornography. You're like, maybe you're really more about authoritarianism than liberty. But anyway.
Yeah. We've all seen Shouty Man.
Oh, yes.
From the thing. Someone tracked him down. He's a man by the name of Rob Cantrell. He's from California. And he's literally a paid protester. They say, the left is paid by George Soros and the Heritage Foundation, blah, blah. not Heritage Foundation, the Clinton Foundation, and all of that shit, right? Now, that's not actually true, but what is actually true is the right wing are doing that.
Yeah.
The projection is ridiculous. It's actually not just that. It's a DeVos family, not Betsy DeVos specifically, but a DeVos family funded group called the American Freedom Foundation, who are literally paying this man and various other people to travel around the country. He's been seen at least a dozen different places across the United States at protests, including one with Sheriff Clark.
Oh, gosh.
Now,
the worst thing to come out of Milwaukee since Miller beer.
Since the Kristi Winters.
Since I didn't know. I never lived in Milwaukee. Red, white, and blue. There you go. There's a beer for you. Well, I say the word beer. It's flavored water.
Yes, fair enough.
They actually had a beer a company called Blatz beer.
Well, there were lots of foreigners selling there.
I think it was Blatz Black Label, wasn't it? Like the worst, cheapest, even worse than red, white, and blue. Maybe I'm just remembering my Midwestern beers incorrectly. Anyway, let's get off this memory lane and go back to Nazis.
Anyway, I regret bringing up Sheriff Clark now.
Yeah, we went a whole beer.
It got weird. I thought it was just going to be about a horrible, weird right-wing fucker, but he got very strange.
He got into bad beer as well.
Anyway, so the people accusing others of being paid protesters are paying protesters.
Yeah, and this guy, it says here, he's attending protests in blue states all over the country. He's got to be exposed at some point.
Yeah, well, again, Comrade Rona, they want to step in and sort that out. That would be fine.
Yeah, well, there was a story about how evangelical preachers who refuse to do social distancing and continue to hold services, like 30 of them have died.
Oh.
And those, like the other ones probably got sick.
That doesn't surprise me. Well, yeah, there was the leader of some like Missouri lockdown or whatever. She got corona.
You just have more opportunities to get sick when you go around people. That's how probability works.
Yeah, indeed. And then this final one. This was just a funny little juxtaposition. Paul Joseph Watson. Really interesting, let's say, the colour of the skin of the majority of the countries he believes and the ones he doesn't. He says, China, this is just Paul Joseph Watson doing his thing. China is the greatest country in the world at covering up coronavirus numbers. So he doesn't believe the Chinese government.
Okay.
But also says, a total of 3 corona deaths in Russia and Singapore, countries which closed their borders back in January.
Mm-hmm. Russians.
He genuinely believes only 3 people have died in corona in Russia. Russia are beginning to publish some numbers now, and it's in the many thousands. Mm-hmm. And again, those are being massaged.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, that's Paul Joseph Watson being a twat. Stop sharing.
All right, that's the end. You're going to take your cotton balls away now? Indeed. All right, put
Power
those
to the people.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, there's a book. Roy Katz in the chat was saying that there's a book on the shelf about prostate massage. Well, I don't know. It's a pretty difficult skill to master. Actually, it's not that difficult. It just takes a trusting partner.
Well, no, but are we talking self-prostate massage?
Oh, I didn't know if it was self or like instructions. So
because you've got to be careful either way you've got to be careful. If it's yourself, you don't want to kind of become a human donut. Right.
No, you don't want to become a human donut. Put your head up your ass. Rhetoric and Discourse in the chat. It was reminding me it's a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yes, that was a terrible beer.
Yeah,
as well.
PBR. Yeah.
Yeah, PBR me ASAP. That's
don't.
That's some great marketing right there. It's awful.
It's cancer. It's cancer in a can.
It's awful. All right, I have a lot of fluff, so we're gonna look at some fluff, and then maybe we can skip some of my fluff and go to Jimmy Carr if you get bored of this. But yeah, here's we already saw a cute little kitty.
You have to share the screen with me, Kristi.
Yes, you're right. Too many things to manage. Share screen and sound. Oh, did you just do a pop noise? Oh, dang it. I shared the wrong screen. Sorry. Hold on.
For fuck's sake. This is a nightmare.
Screen 2. There we go. That's better. Now you can actually see the cute kitty.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? Does you want to just rub the belly? It's so soft. Yes. This I thought was fair. So Boris Johnson and his quote from the Sun, "Baby gave me will to live." And then there's Boris's first child, second child, third child. Yeah.
All these many children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, what's interesting, you know what the name they've given to it?
No, I don't know the name. What the name of the child is?
Oh, Wilfred.
Oh God.
Which, you know, whatever.
Are they?
But that means his name. His name. That kid's name is Willie Johnson. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, he's gonna get mercilessly.
Thankfully, his middle name is not Richard. Otherwise, that would be amazing. But yeah, because there's no way anyone's calling him Wilfred.
Dick Johnson. Yeah, no.
He will.
Fred is. I mean, Will is a more modern name than Fred these days. Nobody's called Fred unless you're Fred Flintstone. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good summary. March 1st versus May 1st.
Oh.
We were all still going outdoors, you know. We were washing ourselves regularly and wearing different clothes every day.
Yeah, 2020 is very much, and one more thing. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. You cannot be a bit of Columbo.
We already saw this guy. You anticipated that one.
Yep.
This is a great song. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because it's kind of got a long intro.
If you want to lead the state, you can stay gone. But right now, Big Grit said stay home. Sit your ass down. All that protesting was irrelevant.
I love that. Stay home. Sit your ass down.
Sit your ass down.
So that was really good. I'll go back a little bit.
Stay home. Sit your ass down. All that protesting was irrelevant. Big Gretch ain't trying to hear y'all or the president. How we gonna take orders from a non-resident? Talking about it safe, but he ain't coming with the evidence. Big Gretch got him shook now. When it's all over, you invited to the cookout. When it's all over, you deserve to get took out. Big Gretch with the buffs on the lookout.
So there you go. People in Michigan like their governor.
Well done to Ramona in the chat. Boris has a little willy.
Oh, yes, their little Willie.
Correct, he does. He has a tiny little willy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the children he accepts exists, so good.
Mm-hmm. The moment the cops were called on the Grim Reaper. There's a line you did not expect to see in 2020 or ever.
Oh, God. Imagine that, writing up a ticket to the Grim Reaper.
Let's get the full outfit going on here.
So presumably that was someone walking around as the Grim Reaper, and they went, "Don't do that, you prick."
Yeah, I don't know why they got. Yeah, I don't know why they got pulled over, but still.
Well, if they're trying to scare people, that's like a public disturbance or whatever. Yeah.
Well, if they're leaving them alone,
that guy that got done for doing that outside an old people's home, like that's obviously fucked up. Don't do.
No.
I mean, it is sort of funny, but it's also
no. They were going on the beach and like stalking or just sort of hanging out on the beach, reminding people that they were being careless with their lives. That's what
Well, I mean, you might say that's a bit, I don't know, a bit in your face or whatever, but it's not. As long as they're keeping 2 meters away.
Yeah.
Like, that cop isn't 2 meters away from anyone.
No,
in that picture.
You can see it's a beach here. You can see the sand.
Oh, I can't. To be honest, it just looks white. So I was thinking maybe it's the sun on the sidewalk.
Okay. There we go.
Sorry.
Does that help? No.
No, the only thing giving it away is the guy sat down.
Yeah, with no shirt on.
Yeah,
not sure why he got done. Why you gotta do me like that? Okay.
Well, indeed.
Tim Wise. Oh no, sorry, not Tim Wise. This is just someone making a good point. Right, racist folks stay flying defeated flags. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you guys so obsessed with losers? Move on. Oh yes, and then we had this great bit of insight from Peter Coffin. Did you want to read it?
I will read it.
Oh, should I read the? Wait. I'm
going to get my most fart huffy voice going though. So just
you go into character. I'll read Rob Gill.
Yeah.
All right. So the picture you can see there, and Rob Gill writes: multiple armed gunmen storm Michigan's State House. State police are protecting Governor Whitmer, that was the woman we just saw, and blocking the gunmen from gaining access to the House floor. This is America in the age of Trump. Armed people are trying to take over the Capitol building through, like, threats of violence. All right, that's what this is reporting. All right, turn it over to Kevin/Peter.
Imagine if the left had spent more time over the last decade trying to convince rather than browbeat. Much of these people are ideologically wrong. Their feelings are real. If only we provided a means to connect those feelings to something useful anytime in the last 40.
These are the
40
people
what?
who are like cheering the hosing of civil rights. These are their parents and grandparents. Like, this is the length of the racism. And he's like, oh, their feelings are real. They're just ideologically wrong. No, like, their ideology is based on their feelings, and their ideology feeds into their feelings, and their feelings then reinforce their ideology. Their ideology is based in bad feelings. So their feelings might be...
becoming so... It's
God.
like, you know, when you see parents who are like really proud of their kid, like they've gone from a small little person to a fully grown adult. I've watched Peter go from a mildly annoying leftist pseudo-intellectual into a fully grown grifter. I'm proud of nothing here.
Yeah. I mean, one way to read this is to say, oh, imagine if we only had armed people who were willing to take on things like this for our revolution.
Well, that's exactly what he means, yeah. Because, I mean, I'm down with the idea that in certain situations, revolutions are necessary because they're the only available option.
Mm-hmm.
But Peter seems to think that it's the only option.
Like,
he now thinks it's the only option now that Bernie's lost, which is pathetic. Like, at least have the fucking like out and out communists or whatever who think that you literally have to take power by force. There's an honesty to that. This is just childish bitching.
Yeah, like, if you're going to wear it on your sleeve and say, look, we have to have revolution, well, then at least people know where you stand. But kind of going this thing like, oh, we need to convince these white armed racists rather than browbeat them? Like, how
you can, though, Kristi. There are so many members of the KKK who say, oh, no, there's basically Robert Byrd and that's it.
Yeah. Like, won't anybody think of the racists? Won't anybody think of the white
like
racists,
I say, he's
Kevin?
become such a big boy grifter.
Yeah, they're victims of their own whatever. They're not responsible adults. No. Anyway, yeah, this is just... I need to move on. Let's go back and look at something.
And not
cute.
just that, but the left are bad for browbeating, whereas these people are fine for literally storming government facilities.
And committing acts of terrorism, like Dylan Roof and other white supremacists and assassinations, and like Martin Luther King was. Also, this is how, like, when your dad is super famous but also super cringe. It's really good. So there's I don't know what, I'm assuming it's a basketball game somewhere, but it might not be yet. There's Rihanna. This is Ethan Hawke's kid, right? And then here's Ethan Hawke, and Ethan Hawke gets his son to swap seats with him so he can talk to Rihanna. And he's just going, oh my God, my dad, you're so embarrassing.
Well, how many opportunities are you going to have to hit on Rihanna?
Yeah, Dad sees it. Yeah. So anyway, I just kind of thought that was two really kind of funny photos. Oh, I saw that you retweeted this, I think, so I saved it. But you got it already?
Well, if I have to start saving bookmarks, you can't do that anymore.
I don't know. We skipped it because you already anticipated. That's why you went first.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. And she's waking him up too. She's like, wakey, wakey, wakey. I wouldn't be woken up like that in the morning. I want someone to come in and just caress me gently and move my limbs while I yawn, stretch my arms for me. That just looks like heaven. Oh God, did you see this?
No, what's this?
All right, well, basically...
This is why you'll need to stop broadcasting so much of your shit on social media. Okay.
Right, this is a warning against just live streaming your life. Do not live stream your life, because you don't know what's going to happen. And this is what happens here. Okay, here we go.
To discharge you tomorrow. Your urine was positive for chlamydia, so they're going to...
Did you...
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Yeah, and she's like, oh wait, let me stop the video.
So they're going to give you some oral antibiotics. You'll get your first dose tonight.
End of live stream.
They've got fucking Cletus as a nurse now. You're gonna get your antibiotics tonight.
Do not live stream your medical visits, people.
Yeah. Look, if you're bored in the waiting room, that's fine. But as soon as they go, Miss Jones,
yep.
And you turn it the fuck off.
Yes, because you don't know
when you know you're in there for a piss test because you think you might have some sort of clap situation. Don't live stream that. Because the best that was going to happen was, oh, your test results came back negative. You don't have chlamydia, and then everyone goes, well, you had to get tested for chlamydia.
Right. Too much.
That's the best that can happen.
TMI. Just not everything needs to go on the internet. But
yeah, exactly.
Life lesson.
Like, privacy is a thing. People use it.
Yes. You're not wearing headphones. I just heard an echo. This is great. It's fine. It's not that bad. If it was bothering me, I would have noticed it earlier. So, if it was really bad, so it's fine. This sheep escaped a farm and spent 6 years in the mountains, during which time he grew 60 pounds of wool. Wolves tried to eat him, but their teeth couldn't penetrate the fluff.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So now you know how they survive.
It's a murder-proof sheep.
You have to look at this picture. You can just get a sense of how foofy it is from its feet. Look at this.
Oh my God. How? That's a fucking cloud.
Yes.
Oh.
All you have to do is he has to put his head down by his neck, to sort of have the dome part of his head, the fluffy stuff, protect his face, and then just cover up his feet. He's fine. You roll him around.
That is a sheep. That is the sheep version of a tank.
Yes. That's a sheep tank. Isn't it glorious?
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
So
a hardy beast. 6
Yes.
years on its own in the mountains.
Yep. Well,
That's some Lord of the Rings shit.
As long as there's grass, they're fine, right? They just need to eat and shit.
Well, and the predators and stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but once he got his armor class up to 20.
Well, once he got his armor, he had to survive several months of, whatever.
I mean, you're not going to be very fast in those situations, but you don't need to because you've got
But you don't need to because once you climb to the top of the hill, you can roll down. Yeah,
you literally just hedgehog that shit.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I thought that was very this is great too. I told you I have all kinds of fluff. The best part of this, you have to have the sound up and it has to be up all the way too. Okay. It's only 12 seconds. So. He's sleeping between the toilet and you can hear him snoring. Oh, that was so cute. I could do this for days. I got all kinds of stuff like this. Oh yes, you'd like this one, Kevin. Read this out.
I'm taking a lot of flack for naming my rooster Enrique Iglesias. Oh, that's genius. Yeah, that is good.
I thought you would like that one.
That is beautiful. Thank you.
Have you seen this?
Nature is healing.
All right. I want to preface this by saying...
What is that animal?
That is a turkey. That's America. That's like a North American turkey. That's what turkeys look like.
You have wild turkeys?
Yeah, of course. My dad has turkeys all over his property over central Wisconsin.
Well, yeah, but that's like a farm, isn't it?
Yeah, but where do you think... Yeah, but, I mean, the golf courses are in the middle of nowhere.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, okay, well, I'm just saying you need to tame all of your animals.
Yeah, that's
not
not
Britain,
possible.
we've got the wildest animal you'll find is the occasional fox or a pigeon.
The crack fox.
It works nicely. No, well, he's not wild, is he? Clearly, he's domesticated. Mental, but domesticated.
So, yeah, there's a lot of nature still in America. Just crazy wild areas, and you carve bits out, for cities and roads or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
there's just a bobcat on the loose. What?
Yeah.
What?
That occasionally. Bears. My
bears,
boss.
Yeah, exactly. Bears. Fuck?
My boss.
If bears live there. Move.
When I was I worked for a senator who represented the central part of Wisconsin. His name was Kevin Chabilsky. He probably still is, to be honest. And his wife was a bear guide. People from Chicago and other places, they would hire her.
Bear guide.
Yeah, and she'd take them out to the northern parts of Wisconsin, and they'd bait bear.
So hang on. Was she guiding bears in human activities, or vice versa?
Vice versa. She was guiding humans toward bear activities. Yeah. Yeah, Boston has a number of turkeys in the
Why
suburbs.
are you going towards the bears? Leave the bears alone.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying they're smart people. But anyway, so, yes.
Well, presumably some of them got eaten, I hope.
Well, no. Not that I'm aware of. It's a huge liability. I don't think she would have kept her business if she'd ever had anyone eaten by a bear. So, can we get onto the video?
You know the risks. If you're moving toward the sheep as a fucking leisure activity,
the sheep?
seems to me like you expect to get eaten, I think.
By sheep? I think you still have the sheep from the wool impression was on you. You mean bear? If you're moving towards the bear.
Whatever, bear, sheep, dog, owl,
the vicious
whatever.
sheep. All right, so anyway, this video, I don't know when it was taken, but it is kind of a funny of the sort of, like nature's healing BS. But I want to just preface this by saying the turkey is not harmed in any way in this video. So here we go.
Okay.
He's got this thing on the ground that it wants, that blue thing, right? It's being super, super aggressive for some reason.
Yeah,
like,
that bird does not give
I
a
am
fuck.
fucking having this. I'm having it. It's mine.
It's decided. It's
like,
decided what it wants.
Yes, yeah. I want
This
it.
might be the funniest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Guy's like, I can use tools. Stay away. I can use tools.
Yeah, well, I've got fucking wings, bitch.
Yeah. I can hop away. Watch this move here.
Cheeky bastard.
Yeah, this is actually happening right now.
He's getting attacked by a turkey.
He got chased off by a fucking turkey.
And that turkey
That's
is
genius.
pissed. He's all aggressive. He's like, I wanted that blue thing. That was mine, man. I saw it first, finders keepers.
That's amazing. Well, fair play to that turkey. That's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the American bird.
Why is the American? Oh, it's an eagle, isn't it? Bald eagle.
Yeah, that's correct. Oh yeah, this guy, Ken Turnage, chair of the City Planning Commission in Antioch, California, has been ousted after he suggested on social media that sick, old, and homeless people should be left to meet their natural course in nature during the coronavirus pandemic. All the eugenicists are coming. Social
panels,
Darwinists.
Kristi, the death panels.
Social Darwinism never went away. It just became unfashionable. Yep. Here's a question. What's your favorite black and white movie? We had something like this before. And let's do three. Top three. No.
That's black people as white people. That's what that counts.
No. Okay, your top three black and white films.
Okay, black films.
Chicks. Black chicks, right? Or white chicks, sorry.
Boys in the Hood.
That's
It's a great black film.
Black and white film. Come on, Kevin. Be serious.
Okay, black and white. Well,
here, we can get some inspiration because a lot of people made comments.
Well, no, it wasn't made in the black and white era as such. Or actually, two films that were not made in the black and white era.
It just has to be
were made in black and white that were very good. Well, actually, technically, Schindler's List has a red bit in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that pretty much counts, though.
That's still
black and white.
Most
I
of
would
it,
say, yeah. I mean, that was just
and
done
then
for an effect.
Completely other end of the spectrum, like two completely diametrically opposed themes of movies. But Clerks.
Yeah.
The Kevin Smith movie is black and white.
Yeah.
And it's very good.
Yep.
And you've also got old stuff like basically anything by Charlie Chaplin is amazing. The man's a genius, or was. He's dead now.
You and Paul Merton both love your Charlie Chaplin.
Absolutely. Well, I think he's one of the great comedic and cultural satirist geniuses of all time. But anyway, Casablanca, great film, excellent film. And I mean, I know it's cheesy, but it's actually a genuinely touching film. But It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a nice film.
Yeah. People in the chat have got some. Yeah, people in the chat have got some good ones as well. The Seven Samurai.
Young Frankenstein, of course. Oh my God, yes.
Night of the Living Dead. The Trial. I don't know The Trial. Are you thinking 12 Good Men? Because that's definitely on there. That's on my list. Metropolis. Yes, very good. Casablanca. Let's have a look at what other people said, because I think this is a fun category. His Girl Friday. Someone here. Clark's Ed Wood, Seven Samurai, Pie, and Frankenweenie. I don't know what Frankenweenie is.
Dr. Strangelove, cracking suggestion. Yes.
Yep. The Elephant Man. Fritz...
No, the Elephant Man was tawdry. I didn't like it. Sorry.
Fritz Lang's M. I think I've seen that. That's the one with the guy who's got like the really big eyes, right? He's kind of a freaky guy. Roma, don't know. Frankenweenie, don't know. Paper Moon, don't know. And then Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. I haven't seen either of those. I really need to. There we go. Here's It's a Wonderful Life.
Yay. Yeah, it's a genuinely touching movie.
Jungle Fever, was that black and white? I think the Jungle Fever might be like White Chicks. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some Like It Hot, that's on my top 3 list. I don't know if
Okay.
you've seen.
Well, what are your top 3 then?
Probably. So in no particular order. Some Like It Hot. What was the other ones I was thinking? I had 12 Angry Men. I think is fantastic, but none of those are sort of deliberate uses of black and white. They were just era necessities.
Yeah.
So I actually liked The Artist. I liked Clerks too, not because it was black and white though, but really I guess when you're thinking about black and white.
You liked Clerks, didn't you? Because Clerks 2's in colour. So.
Right. Yes, correct. I liked Clerks as well. But that was a
that
budget
wasn't
issue.
deliberate. That was because they didn't have the budget for a colour film.
Yeah.
So
yes.
that was necessity. You know?
Yeah. So probably the person who thought the most about the aesthetic was Spielberg, or the movie The Artist.
Yeah.
That was done all in black and white. It's a kind of a risky choice to do right now.
Citizen Kane, yes, not a bad choice at all. Yeah, there are some great ones.
Yeah.
Basically, all of the great movies before 1950, I suppose. Yeah.
When they had to do everything in black and white, right?
Yeah, because that's all that was available.
Mm-hmm. And it's such a throwback now. So yeah, that was I thought that was a happy hour conversation. I pointed this out to my dad yesterday.
Did anyone say Birth of a Nation? Because that's a red flag.
No, nobody that I saw
That's a
said
very
Birth of a
significant
Nation.
red flag, aren't they? Yeah.
I don't know Paper Noon. I know. I have to find some oldies film app or channel and watch them all. So Donald Trump was unwilling to use the Defense Production Act to make sure we had enough supplies for our testing kits, or to make sure that there were enough ventilators built. But you know where he will use it? When meatpacking companies or packing plants are putting people's lives at risk and having to shut down because they're spreading coronavirus because of the conditions and the closeness of the work, he's forcing them to open.
Right. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won't use it to save lives.
I'd be interested to see then which of the meatpacking giants is a funder of his campaign.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, my dad was telling me that.
Remember when he was all like, "Let's stop the pay-to-play thing," and has been the most naked pay-to-play not prime minister, president there's ever been.
He always accuses people of the things he's doing. It's projection. It's a way to defend. It's a way to bring everyone down as low as him, and thereby negate any kind of morality. But yeah, apparently they're advertising in the Green Bay meatpacking plant is advertising for jobs right now, and they're offering between $16 and $24 an hour, depending on what job you take. The fact that you have to advertise in a pandemic when you've got 30 million people out of work just kind of shows that people are I don't want to go and work and possibly bring that home to my family.
Indeed.
Kind of similar. Don't tweet too much about the president, but the fact that he just shouted out a Pizzagate guy who's cozy with neo-Nazi Richard Spencer is so fucking depressing. So 1 degree of separation.
Jack Posobiec. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Because Jack Posobiec, of course, was the one who stood outside Trump Tower with the Rape Melania sign, trying to make out as if it was leftists that were doing it.
Wow, and Trump just tweeted out that guy?
Yeah, that's exactly who he just retweeted. That's ridiculous.
Someone should point that out to him. Yep, there he is. And
although, to be honest, would it be surprising if Donald Trump hadn't actually done that to Melania?
It'd be more... Yeah. Well, I don't want to even touch that topic right now. So
no, exactly. But I'm just saying, again, it's if you hang around, if you're such garbage and you hang around with all the garbage, it wouldn't be surprising if you both got commonalities like that or whatever.
All right, so big left turn here. Kevin, get ready to look at words on the screen. The first 3 words that you see are the things that you are going to get after quarantine. Can I make this?
I need to go closer to the screen.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. There we go.
No, stop moving it.
I'm making it bigger for you.
Right, I've got friend.
I've got I can't actually see any other words. Butter.
Okay.
Hope.
Oh,
Bread,
nice.
Butter and hope.
Aw.
Which sounds like you're asking for anal sex from a friend. I've got a friend, I've got butter, and I've got hope.
Yeah, mine were way more straightforward.
Go on then.
Wine, sex, and penis.
Wow. I mean, does Freudianism work with tests like this? I don't know.
And you know, I hope that's I really hope I do. I hope this is not just obviously it's a word puzzle, but that would be nice. The first 3 words you find are the first 3 things I will get after quarantine. Woo. All right.
Well, if you don't get the penis, you've got the wine bottle.
Oh no! There's a big difference. All right, here's just a mom washing her little fuzzy baby, fuzzy mom washing fuzzy baby.
Oh
yeah, very sweet. It's just Fluff. It's like
yeah,
like the lamb.
It's just it's a little marshmallow creature
with pokey bits and dark bits.
Yeah, it's either very very soft or enormously sharp.
Yes, I think
those are the 2 bits of cat.
Softness.
That's
and
a biological
sharpness.
fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The UK government is actually starting to see its approval rating go down now that Boris is becoming human again. Like, because, you know, he was such a victim before, and it's such a great story. And
I've grown to despise the British political process. You'll notice I don't talk about it very much because it makes me want to burn everything ever. It's awful. It's fucking awful. The press are trash. The Labour Party are turning into trash. The Tories are just beyond the pale. I mean, what? I'm gonna have to move to fucking Scotland or something. What?
Well, that's not a bad move. Scotland's nice.
Scotland. Bits of Scotland are nice, and then there's Coatbridge. Oh, it's a little slam on Count Dankula.
That's where he's from. Okay. Right. So,
although it is also a shithole, to be fair.
Well, it's more of a shithole because he's there, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but even if you removed him, that's
it would still be
okay. You move 1 turd from a fucking sewage plant; it's still a sewage plant. You know.
Little shout out to Miss Snarky here with a really cute GIF. So just because that cat looks pissed off.
That cat's not been fed in like 3 minutes. So
dog finds trampoline. You ready for this one, Kevin?
Go on then.
All right. Here we go. Volume up. I guess there's no sound on it. Just go.
Lovely stuff. Oh, he's gone absolutely mental.
Yeah, he loves it.
Oh, the balls on it as well.
Yes.
Oh, that's a dog's wet dream. Look at that. Fuck, he's absolutely destroying it. Lovely stuff.
If I ever get that dog park I mentioned, you know, like I do the dog sitting, I'm definitely going to have to get a trampoline to help the dogs wear themselves out because that looks great. Oh, did you see this video?
Oh no, this is horrible. Yeah.
All right, so just a warning of nature.
Death.
Yeah. A little bit of, so this guy said I used one of those humane traps because I'm a humane guy. He caught a mouse. He said did not turn out so well in the end. So here we go. Maybe I should make the screen really big because it's a pretty small mouse. So I'll just, there we go. Okay.
Come in. There he goes. Good luck on your own, buddy.
Munch.
Oh, God.
Yep. Nature is awful. Nature is violent.
You got fucking ate.
Yeah.
You got chomped.
You're just so sad. You're like, good luck on your own, buddy. I'm like, gone.
Yeah. Well, that is nature. Red in tooth and claw. And all that shit. Oh.
Yeah.
That's a clean tackle.
Yeah.
I'll allow that hit.
Yes. He's not so far from the floor, this kid, but he did thunk his head.
No,
though.
that's solid. No, that's a good tackle.
No red card.
No, that's fine. You let that go. Oh, for God's sake! I saw another one that was sort of like that. Someone had put, oh God, it was at the outside of their door. Now I don't know if this was real or a joke, or whatever, but it still made me laugh. Someone had put, "Dear Mr. Postman, I've disinfected my flaps for you." No, meaning the
letter flaps.
Yeah, but I just thought that's genius. Okay, I don't know if you want to advertise that for everyone. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, that emoji is the not the coughing emoji.
No. No, it is not.
I
mean, the bulge would give it away, but okay.
Yes. Just a little callback to the Blues Brothers. I hate Illinois Nazis. So, yeah, because we did.
Yes, fair enough.
Oh, yes. Did you see this little clip from? We've talked often about Gogglebox on this show, but it's you can't really broadcast it, so it's a bit difficult to explain it to people because it doesn't sound good in concept. But this is it. This is Gogglebox. It's 28 seconds of it, so I think we'll be okay. And as you explained on a prior show, it's people watching television, right? And then you're watching their reactions, and they intersperse it with clips, and then they move around different houses, different living rooms. You get to know different people around the country from different backgrounds.
Yeah, and these are two Asian brothers, Asian British, whatever, who live. They all live separately, don't they? And they're usually with their father, but because they're all on the sofa and social distancing and all that shit, they can only have two of them a minute. But usually the dad's sat in the middle of them, and they're quite funny. And they're from Derby. That's a place in Britain.
And it's not spelled the way Americans would think it's spelled.
No, it's like the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah,
but pronounced correctly as Derby.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna get to watch them react to the coverage of.
I haven't seen this yet, so this could be quite good.
Yeah. I'll make sure the volume's.
I don't watch every single episode. I'm not like an obsessive or anything.
Yeah, but you'll catch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Probably.
All right.
Because I know there will be many people looking now at our apparent success.
Apparent success?
What success?
I think you've got that wrong. I think you've been in bed so long, Boris.
It's been an absolute shambles. It's a shit show. They said a good result would have been 20,000 people, and we are at 20,000 people, and there's still people losing their lives.
I don't think anybody's looking at us as a model of success.
And beginning to wonder...
Where the fuck did it all go wrong?
They're doing a better job than fucking British press.
Yeah.
They're doing a significantly better job at analysing the situation than the actual fucking journalists.
Yep.
Oh, God.
This is why Gogglebox is brilliant. Like, it was, for me, it was like a free focus group when they did political stories,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a certain social aspect to it as well when you see their reactions to shows and things.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It sounds terrible on paper.
But, did you see this protester? I think the governor of Illinois is Jewish, was my understanding.
They didn't go, but McFry, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, fucking white people, man.
I know. Wasn't I saying this off air? I'm so sick of white people.
Like, that's just you fucking cunt. Fuck off.
Oh, and the GOP are actually evil, part 5,000. They want to demand immunization from businesses from legal liability for death and injury due to workplace infections.
What a surprise.
Mm.
The party of the fucking rich elite.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to take responsibility for forcing their workers to make them money.
Yeah.
All right, this is just a visual. We don't need it. But it's a super. You'll know it when you see it. What we're waiting for here. This bunny is looking for it hears the person it lives with, and then it hears a noise.
Oh.
That move was such a great move, though. Just that little hop here.
Yeah.
We'll do slow mo because it's so cute. What?
Stop. I forgot the stop. Hammer time.
Yes. That would be if you did it to stop hammer time in that video, it would be fucking brilliant.
That would work.
That would someone
Mike, get on it.
Yep. Oh yes, this was it. Dozens of pastors across the Bible Belt have succumbed to coronavirus after churches and televangelists played down the pandemic. We kind of talked about that.
I don't want to be cruel, but good.
Okay, who did this?
Oh, for God's sake.
That's what they really want to be carrying.
I love the fact that, I mean, for a start, the double-ended one just looks like he's carrying a big baguette.
Yeah, well, unless you look really closely, then you're like, oh, that's not a baguette. But yeah. The other ones.
Oh, that's not a big hit. No. No. And I love the fact that there's the pride colours on that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
It's nice. That's a nice touch.
And the other one's got a real realistic,
Well, you say that, but one ball is significantly larger than the other.
I think that's just where his hand is.
Or is that just a squidge? Has he squidged it?
Maybe he's just squeezing it a little bit. Yeah. He's
Not just that, but
got to hold it in by the base.
His cartridge things there look sort of like a suicide vest.
Yeah, I don't understand why people.
If he was brown in that get-up,
get out.
If we take away the cucks for just a second,
yeah,
I don't think that would be cool.
We should take away the cocks for just a second.
If we just ignore the fact that there are 3 massive penises with sex toys with them in that photo, then if brown people were in that get-up, that would be unacceptable.
Absolutely.
Also, the one on the left isn't even trying. He's just turned up in his pants and jacket there, and a cap.
Now, we'll all, of course, if we cast our minds back to just last week, we'll remember pictures of armed protesters walking around, violating social distancing rules, getting in the police face, right? So John Rogers writes, "Holy shit, this photo of a police sniper aiming his weapon directly at the armed militia in the Michigan State House taps ear. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, that's a sniper pointing his weapon at unarmed black protesters, including children, at Ferguson. Apologies. Let me switch feeds."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's precisely the point.
Mm-hmm.
There would have been a massacre in the Michigan State House had there been black protesters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Okay, complete emotional change again. This is a bat made of ice cream. Look at him.
That's actually really creative.
Yeah. Hold on. Look. There it is on its. I'm sorry,
Although
it's not made of ice cream. Sorry, it's not made of ice cream. It must be the bat. I thought it was actually ice cream. No, the body is supposed to be an ice cream cone, and the head scoop is supposed to be. It had 9 pieces. I had to create. Okay, so no, it's made of fabric, but it's based on an ice cream bat. I want it to be ice cream, but I want it to be ice cream. I'm so sad. I wanted to eat that bat.
No mind.
Still impressive.
It's still a nice creation. Thank you.
All right, we have to talk about this because it's true. All I heard was Alex Jones saying he eats ass. And oh, by the way, Comrade Cud gets a shout out for bringing the Peter stuff to my attention, but I just had to move it higher up in the bookmarks because we needed to get to it faster in the show. But this is the original Peter tag that I got. But we've heard. Okay, we have to play this rant.
Is this the one where he's going about eating his neighbours?
Yes.
He's a fucking lunatic.
Yes.
This man has partial custody of children.
But whom he will feed people, he's admitted. Because that's going to help in a custody case. All right, so let's hear.
I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up my neighbor, how I'm going to haul him up by a chain and chop his ass up? I'll do it. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors. Well, my babies come into the equation. I will cook your ass up so fast. And I'll tell them, I killed a cow out back, baby. Here it is, because my babies ain't going to die for your crap, your failure. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I'll barbecue your ass.
Oh, sorry.
My neighbors.
Can I just also ask, how is it the leftists' failure?
I don't know, because Trump is running things, but it's always a leftist, Kevin. It's always a leftist. And so I just had to clip this out. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob.
Oh, God, the cob.
Because the person who tweeted this out initially, all I heard was that he said he'll eat ass.
Yeah, that's fine.
So there you go. He's saying, but this one actually looks like he's enjoying eating the ass. This is the.
That looks possibly like someone's eating his ass.
Maybe that's it. Whoa.
Maybe Paul's earning his fucking crust
by getting into the crust.
Oh Jesus, Kristi! I was just making a harmless joke about Paul Joseph Watson engaging in sexual activity
and I was making a joke that Alex Jones doesn't have good personal hygiene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There are many things to dislike Alex Jones for. We do not know if anal hygiene is one of those things. I'm not ruling it out, but I'm not ruling it in.
We don't have personal knowledge of that. Oh yeah, this is again comparing when black people march peacefully, how they get treated. And yeah, this is also, I think this is gonna be the last one of the, like, I don't know if we're gonna get to any quiz stuff tonight. We've been going for ages now. This is just amazing. Like, real live video of what it's like to be in the middle of a little tornado. There you go. Cool, huh?
America, just move. Just stop. If this wouldn't happen if you paved over everywhere.
All right, you definitely wouldn't get the tumbleweeds or whatever they are. Yeah.
And what good are they fucking doing other than being quick visual cues that you're in a desert situation in a film?
Nothing's happening.
What good are tumbleweeds?
Yes. Oh, so we want to do one Jimmy quiz?
Can do if you want to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had nothing.
After all that good stuff, we ended on fucking tumbleweed.
Tumbleweeds are awesome. It was nature. It was like, can you imagine the force of the wind?
Tumbleweed is nature's fucking trash.
Well, at least it's cleaning
Fuck
up
you,
its trash.
tumbleweed.
Jimmy Carr quiz. All right. Here's one we haven't watched. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that your Jimmy Carr accent?
No, that was just me saying okay whilst beginning to yawn.
Oh, okay. All right, we're going to speed it up.
So that was my reaction to Jimmy Carr.
Yes. Oh, wait, that's too big. No.
That's what she said.
I don't need it that big. All right. Oh, it's just taking a little while. I wanted to get to theater mode. Yes, that's the one I wanted. It's easier to scrub when I have more space.
That's a very deadpan face he's got going on there.
Yes. Oh, what? Well, that was quick. Oh, it's one of those really. It's the mega episode version. So let's go back. It's too. It's too much. It's too much.
We can still do just the first one.
Well, no, because when I scrub forward, when I try to pull it forward on a 44-minute video, it goes really fast. Whereas like on a 8-minute video, I have more flexibility. Oh, we have no choice. All right, we're just gonna have to sit through Jimmy then.
Hello,
It is 2 times, so.
2 times.
Yeah, we might have done. Oh God, there's another Pluto question.
Well, I think you might know the answer before I've even read the fucking question. Which planet officially stopped being a planet in 2006?
Well, I don't know. Is a dwarf planet a planet?
It's not. Well, does it say dwarf? Kristi, does it say dwarf in the question?
Right, but dwarf is a type of planet, or is it its own type of subcategory?
It's its own type of thing. A dwarf planet is not a planet. It's a dwarf planet.
But that's just like
I have no idea. I don't fucking know, Kristi. It's Pluto.
Like a gaseous planet is also not a planet because it's gaseous.
Well, no, because that's a descriptor of one of the types of planet, whereas a dwarf planet is just a dwarf planet.
All right. Pandinus Rex says a planetoid, which is not a planet. I will accept. Yes, I could agree that planet. If it, like my opinion, fucking matters on this.
Okay, but what is Planet of the Apes?
Cheesy film? I don't know.
Yeah, terrible film.
Yes.
Very low in many respects.
I haven't actually seen it from start to finish. I've just seen scenes from it.
You should. It's a bit shit.
Yeah, but have you seen Fright Night? You know the guy who plays one of the guys who plays one of the important ape characters in Planet of the Apes is also in Fright Night. Andy, someone or other. Not Rooney. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, it's Pluto. Fuck it, we're moving on.
Exactly. The answer is Pluto. Yeah.
Planetoid.
Right. Which movie has the tagline, "The longer you wait, the harder it gets"? I don't know.
This could be so many.
Oh, it's not. Is it The 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Oh, that would be a good one.
That would make sense.
That would make sense. Yeah, that would be good.
But
if nothing else, it's a funny answer.
It's
who cares if it's
I
right?
don't know if it's true, but then Oh, look, he's even fucking pimping out. He wants questions.
Honestly, he should.
Shall I send him what's the third question of Fight Club?
Yes.
Okay,
I think we should send him lots of questions because he needs them. He needs help.
Yeah.
And he apparently doesn't know how to use the internet.
Just a general tip at the end. Stop asking questions about the same fucking things over and over again, you dickhead.
Yeah, he didn't realize how long this would be going on or how popular it would become. He's like, fuck,
yeah,
now I gotta go.
This will be fun for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
3 months later.
Now he's like, oh.
Just Jimmy Carr, balding. Well, he's balding. But, aging fast and just this broken-spirited man.
Yes.
What planet in 2006 had the question? Chive Dorking. Chives.
Those I like. And he puts effort into those. By the way, it's Roddy McDowell. Yes, and he's really a great actor. He's got a very gentle way of, like, his characters always have a sort of softness to them that I really connect with emotionally. Anyway, yes, let's all.
I don't think you need to capitalize the C.
No, I think that was just a typo. I think they meant to capitalize the D, and you need to back off.
No, you always.
HK got my back.
You always got to capitalize on D. Absolutely.
Small D bone. That Randy Rainbow when talking about. Speaking of small D bone, Donald Trump. Yep. So yes, we all need to help Jimmy out. Please send Jimmy questions, please. I don't know why he doesn't just ask on Twitter. He'd get a shit ton on Twitter. Anyway.
Okay. 3. Where was the last concert Queen played with Freddie Mercury? Is this? Oh God! Is this that dumb thing where they did a?
The film?
No. They did a projected, like a what do they call it? A projection version of like the character, like what they did with the Tupac at Coachella.
I would hope not. I would hope it, I mean, I don't know if it was Live Aid or if there was one after if he appeared after that.
Oh no, we well after Live Aid, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I don't know what he didn't he die like 89 or something?
No, it was like 92 or something.
Oh, okay.
No, he was still going into the 90s, yeah.
Okay.
And Queen were.
Last
so
concert.
Yeah, he must have been after that.
And also it's where. So do you know where this
where? Well, I don't know. London? Who knows? I don't fucking know.
Planet Earth?
Well, that's probably true, yes.
I don't think it's the right
they
answer.
did do that tour of Pluto back when it was a planet. It was a planet back then.
Yeah, back when it was a planet, but they won't go to any planetoids. Yeah. Screw that.
Exactly. Well, exactly. Why would you, if you're Queen, why would you play fucking planetoid?
Yeah, strike that.
Like, you let the up-and-coming bands play the planetoids.
Yes.
And you just stick with, like, Jupiter, the occasional bit of Earth, the sun.
Yes, because you the crowd size, you can't handle, the stadiums. They don't have them on the planetoids the way they have them on Jupiter, Okay, so we want to say where? We want to say London?
Yeah, fuck it.
What was there before the O2? Wembley, wasn't it?
The O2? No, you mean, that was the Millennium Dome.
Yeah, but what was the big venue before the Millennium Dome? It was Wembley, wasn't it?
Well, Wembley, that's where Live Aid happened, yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe it was, I don't know.
But they've subsequently knocked that version down and built a new one on top of it.
Okay, I'm going to put a question mark. People say
and
London.
I went to the old one. I have yet to be to the new one.
Oh, we know this one already. How do we have...
The lyrics to a UK #1 single of 1967. And they're like, yeah, we did this one. But can you remember the answer?
No, but the thing is that one, the Fandango one, it was a #1 song, and then it was in the title of it. So I think this is different. Isn't the lyrics to a #1 UK single and the lyrics to a UK #1 single from 67, 65? Okay. Well, we are both a paler shade of satin. Was that it?
A paler shade? No.
You skip a line, Fandango.
A whiter shade of grey?
A whiter shade of pale?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yep. He really needs.
Yeah, whiter shade of pale. Between us, we had it.
We had some word salad. Whoa.
Hang on, whoa.
Come on. Oh, I told you it's really imprecise when you've got 42 minutes as opposed to 8. Okay, there we go.
Well, if you want to go back a few seconds, if you use the left-right buttons on your keyboard.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
It goes forward 5 seconds.
There you go. Every day's a school day.
Yeah. See, I know all the keyboard shortcuts. That's not true. No. I know some of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, 5. Ironically, speed, acceleration, jerk, snap. What are the next two terms?
No idea.
Speed, acceleration, jerk, snap, crackle, and pop.
I don't know. Is this a racing?
Speed, acceleration, jerk. I don't know. Jerk. I have no idea, so I don't know.
Nope. Got 2 question marks then.
Yeah, don't know.
All right. Now the other 6, which get more interesting usually.
Someone did the crackle and pop joke as well. Tony, you're on the level, motherfucker. Anyway, name the TV show. Some protection from water becomes necessary when an ornamental water feature is used inappropriately. What?
This is like an awkward way of saying something. Something like when it rains, it pours or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Protection from water becomes necessary when an ornament.
About fountain? Is there any TV shows?
Water fountain hat man. I don't know.
Well, I think of British TV shows. Is there anything that has something about like a fountain or a pond?
Oh God. Not that I can think of. Sorry. I don't know. From some protection from water.
Becomes
no.
Okay, we're gonna skip that one. We're doing poorly on this episode.
This is abysmal. Yeah. A suited man is in his office. Oh no, he's falling down into the city below. Wait a minute. No, he isn't. He's in a nice chair with a cigarette.
Okay, maybe we were misunderstanding because we don't bother to listen to the instructions. Maybe it's a description of something in the TV show.
Oh, okay.
A suited man falling into a city.
The suited man is in his office.
He's in a nice chair with a cigar. Anybody in the chat have any idea?
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Should we go back and actually listen to the instructions?
Yeah, that might help.
All right.
We have to listen to Jimmy Carr.
I know. I'm gonna. Oh, that's too much. Ah! I don't know what that's doing. Is that volume? What's up and down? If you do left and right, is that volume?
Yeah, I think so, isn't it?
Okay.
I don't know.
You might know that jerk is how quickly acceleration is increasing, and the word for how quick.
What? Okay. Oh, too far. Too far.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Question 7. A suited man.
Nope.
You might know that jerk is how quickly acceleration is increasing, and the word for how quickly jerk is increasing is snap. If you continue in this pattern, what are the next 2 terms? You're going to kick yourself if you don't get this. Next, I'm going to describe the title sequence of some well-known TV shows. You just have to say the name of the program.
Oh, the title sequence.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay. So.
Friends. Because they're all dancing in the fountain. At the end?
That would make sense. Okay.
Okay.
So when you know what the question is,
when you know what the instructions are, on your RTFM.
Okay.
Makes a
so
difference.
Friends would make sense. Okay. A suited man is in his office. Oh no, he's falling down into the city. He's in a nice chair with a cigarette. No idea.
No.
I don't know. The title sequence is the bit I don't really bother watching ever because it's the fucking title sequence. Yeah. Like if I need to have to watch the title sequence, then you're not good enough at writing for me to bother watching your show.
Yeah, just start the show and do the credits underneath. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. If the visual cues in the title sequence are so important, put them in the fucking show.
Yeah.
Tell me those things that I need to know in the actual show. Anyway, well, I already know this one.
Okay.
A very brief glimpse of the skyline of the largest city in the Pacific Northwest with a tiny variation each time.
What is that?
Actually, a show I was watching a couple of episodes of not that long ago, about a week ago or so. I think the cleverest show of the 90s.
Frasier?
Frasier is the correct answer, with Seattle being the city.
And what did they change? Like, give examples.
Well, bizarrely, they do weird things like sometimes they'll have like an elevator light that goes up the CN Tower.
Oh, okay.
Or they'll have like a shooting star across the sky, or just some tiny little subtle thing. Yeah.
Okay. I never watched
presume they
Frasier.
probably doubled up on some of those because there's a lot of episodes. And there's only so much you can do with a very, a static thing.
Yeah, I mean, every time Bart
move,
writes on the board in detention, it's from something different, right? So it's something people look for in the. It's very Simpsons.
Well, yeah, but there are lots of words. There aren't lots of buildings in the Seattle skyline.
That's true.
So, or certainly not many variations you can use. Anyway, it's a time for everyone to go home in a town which has apparently had a jaundice outbreak. What?
Everyone is yellow? Color, like they have a yellow tinge to their skin. That's what jaundice is.
Well, yes,
The Simpsons. It's The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Once again, did I not just anticipate the question?
You did. You fucking did. Yeah.
I have a feeling that if Jimmy Carr and I sat down, we'd actually really get each other, which scares me because I don't like him at all.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. At the moment, if you both sat down, you'd both probably get something.
Right.
Because social distancing is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful,
that's
people.
Where my sex is going to come from, and I'll need wine in that case if I'm going to take on that penis.
Public transportation, ironically, causes a wardrobe malfunction.
Someone gets something caught in a bus door, right? And it pulls off the skirt or something, or a coat.
Does it?
What am I?
I
don't know.
I've just kicked over a fan.
Oh.
You're very welcome.
Yikes! You and who is it from the Who? Who's just going out knocking over amps and like.
Oh yeah, well. I presume you mean Pete Townsend, and he's technically a pedophile. Anyway, yeah, didn't he get caught fucking a 15-year-old?
It's hard to keep track at this point, honestly.
Yeah. Well, no, this happened like in the 80s.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it's you gotta have a pedophile, and it's hard to maintain who's in there after some.
You could have a pedophile, yes.
In your got it.
Yeah. Anyway, so does I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to this. Does anyone in the chat know?
Transportation ironically causes a more wardrobe.
Well, quite so. That is a very good question. Kevin and Kristi's audio sounds perfect. Why? Because I've upped my fucking game. That's why.
He learned how to work the thing on his mic, his volume on his software for his mic, and then he added a pop filter.
Yeah, so that's why I sound vaguely like I'm human now, I think.
It's your audio quality is really good. I know it's a little bit off-putting. It's a little
correct.
Bit I'm pretty sure.
It's a little bit what? No, go on, nitpick. Go on. What?
No, it's good. Like people are thrown off because they can hear us both clearly. Okay. Like they're not used to. Like what happened to the show? I think someone gets some clothes pulled off of them, but I can't remember. Is it Benny Hinn? Maybe that sounds like something Benny Hinn would do.
I have no idea. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's just go Benny Hinn because he was the only one who was doing that sort of non-consensual, sort of fucking dodgy.
Wow, we have gone weirdly, yeah.
Benny Hinn does not age well. Of course, it's Pluto because every other week you have something on Pluto, motherfucker. You only know so many things about the world. We've reached your limits. Yeah, it was the 40-year-old virgin.
Oh well, there you go. Yeah. Another sort of interesting film in a way, but could have been a lot better. Basically, Seth Rogen needs to not be in that film.
Okay. I haven't.
But also, one of the funniest lines ever when the little Asian guy says, "Not everything in life is not everything in life is about butthole pleasures." Is an amazing sentence for a little 60-year-old Indian man working in an American hardware store to say.
I think that's an amazing sentence at any point coming out of everyone.
True, but it's because it's this little Indian lad.
It's the contradiction, right? It's the surprise.
Yeah, exactly. You don't expect it. He's like a little Indian guy working in an American electronics store. You don't expect him to say that, and yet he's the
It'd be like if your nan said it.
Disgusting characters, one of those foul-mouthed. Anyway. Very funny.
Do you know this? Nebworth Park?
Nebworth Park. Oh, yeah. That's there's Nebworth Castle in like Staffordshire or somewhere. Yeah, it's a big place. But there's I didn't know the answer.
No. I just meant, did you know it? As in, did you know what it was?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, it was Oasis. Their big dealio when they got massive. They played like 6 dates or whatever it was at Nebworth, and something ridiculous like 10% of the population of the country applied for tickets.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. A whiter shade of pale.
Again.
And Bohemian Rhapsody. Again.
Yep. He's just hoping people haven't played every single one of them. And, oh my God, it is Crackle and Pop.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Wow.
I literally did a joke based on a kid's fucking cereal.
And it was right. Yeah.
Is that a reference you get from British culture, Kristo?
Snap, Crackle, and Pop?
Yeah.
Well, from Rice Krispies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, so you do then. Okay.
Yeah, invented in America, I think.
Oh, was it? Oh, there you go. I didn't know.
Yeah, all breakfast cereals. I think breakfast cereals were basically a 1960s sort of American production, and they were introduced into Britain. What they did was they just sent you guys free samples in the mail, because when they put them on the shelves, British people, they don't change what they do, right?
Yeah, we're not fucking. Porridge, what's this foreign shit? Get out of my fucking face!
Right. So what they did was they sent like little sample boxes all over households, and people were like, "Well, free shit, I'll eat that."
Yeah, we'll try free stuff. I'm not paying for it though.
Yeah,
actually, it's quite nice. I'll pay for it. Yeah,
exactly. That's how they got you.
Well, of course, my one piece of historical nonsense about breakfast cereals. You know how? Well, sorry. Do you know why? Right, cornflakes were invented.
It's something I know. They have something to do with masturbation.
They were Arthur Kellogg.
Yeah.
Who obviously the Kellogg's Corporation is named after, was a hardcore Christian fundy motherfucker.
Very anti-self abuse.
Indeed, he used to have.
He would be mad at me 3 times a day. I tell you.
Only 3, you lazy motherfucker. Anyway, I'm touching the baker's dozen. Anyway, he ran like an asylum basically for mentally ill people. Although there was nothing really medical about it that went on there. He wasn't a trained man or anything. No. Anyway,
this was before like proper liability laws were in place.
Yeah, indeed. Or indeed
you.
Proper like understanding
malpractice,
mental illness and psychological illness and stuff. Anyway, so the patients would touch themselves and things because humans do, and he was very against that, and so he thought that having these little crisp flakes with milk would be a good anti-masturbation device.
I thought it was just the dry flakes to make noise when you were trying. Like they'd put them in the bed, and if you're trying to jerk off, they'd hear the crunch. I don't know how it all worked. I think I saw it on Drunk History.
Apparently, it was supposed to like temper down sexual whatnots.
Oh, I vaguely remember a Drunk History on it, and
okay. Well,
I don't know if I should trust everything I hear in Drunk History.
Probably not. But I mean, it would work. I mean, if you filled their pants with it, that would be irritating enough where you probably wouldn't want to jerk it.
No, it's because it makes too much noise. Yeah.
I mean, that would also be kind of torture, but yeah. Anyway, no, not that everything else that went on in that place wasn't also kind of torture, but whatever.
All right. Friends. The first one, The Fountain.
Yep.
We had a real rough time with this one. All of these, basically. Oh, yeah, Mad Men, which I've not really watched.
I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of Mad Men.
People in the chat were saying Mad Men. So props to the people in the chat who were saying that.
What we got next?
Yep, you were right.
Yeah.
Pour some sugar on me. Yeah. The Simpsons.
Well, did you know the drummer from Def Leppard has only got one arm?
Yes, we talked about this before.
Amazing.
And he learned to use his...
Why would you go into drumming?
No, okay. The last answer was Sex in the City. I don't even remember what the question was. Oh, something getting pulled off humorously.
Oh, well, no, I didn't say that. He said a wardrobe malfunction, didn't it?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, because I think I've seen a couple of those episodes, isn't the water of the thing, like it splashes her as it drives past the bus or something?
Oh, yes, that's right. But that didn't cause a wardrobe malfunction. It just got her wet, right? She gets sprayed with water.
Well, I don't know how excited she was.
True.
To be honest. But...
Well, you want to keep going? You want to do another one?
Yeah. Oh, we can do another one if you want.
If we haven't done this one, there's a lot of... Oh, God.
Which of the Spice Girls was born first? It'd be ironic if it was Baby.
It would be.
But I have no idea.
Should we just go with
ginger one?
Ginger Spice?
The ginger one, yeah. Jerry Hall. Not Jerry Hall. What's her name?
Ginger Spice or Baby Spice?
Yeah. Jerry.
There's scary. There's I wasn't a Spice Girl fan. I was aware of their existence.
They're human beings, Krista.
I wasn't in Britain for the Spice Girls phenomenon, so I didn't sort of passively absorb that. I arrived in 2003, 2004. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. In sport, what does WWE stand for?
Is it a sport?
No. It literally isn't. They had to go before the Competitions Commission in America and literally say so, because otherwise they would be done for defrauding betting companies and things. Because they're pre-scripted, obviously.
It's entertainment.
And in order to be classified as a sport, it has to actually be a competition, which this isn't.
Correct.
It is acting. Anyway, it's the World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes.
It used to be the World Wrestling Federation, but then the World Wildlife Fund for Nature sued them and forced them to stop being that.
That's why it changed.
Back when I was into it, it was WWF.
Yeah, when I was growing up, Hulk Hogan, WWF. And then they came to WWE, and I was like, when did that happen? And now I know.
2007, 8, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, if your balls are black and blue and mine are red and yellow, what are we doing? What? If your balls are black and blue and mine are red and yellow, what are we doing?
Are we? Is there some sort of
It's
Connect
like
4 game?
croquet or something?
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. I'm just trying to think I was thinking maybe like snooker, but that doesn't make sense. And even pool would be like if yours are red and mine are yellow.
Some board games have different color balls in them, like Connect 4, but not Connect 4.
Well, if your balls look like Connect 4 chips, go to the fucking hospital.
There is some kind of game with different colors, and you have to like I fill in like a pyramid. You don't know. People are saying croquet. We'll go with croquet.
Are you thinking about Kerplunk?
No, I'm not thinking about Kerplunk. I would remember a name like Kerplunk. It wasn't like fighting hippos, but
Hungry hippos.
Hungry hippos. That was it. Yes, that was it.
Please, Kristi, that's outrageous. That's almost.
Oh, it was fighting robots, wasn't it? It was fighting robots. Did you guys have the
Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I get all the names wrong.
No, we're just doing 80s and 90s kids nostalgia now. Anyway, I don't know the fucking answer. I think it might be croquet, but I have no idea.
Sure. We'll go with the chat.
Oh, yes, I remember what this cunt did. Right. What did Boris Johnson say that table tennis used to be called? Even though it wasn't. He basically made it up.
I don't keep track of his idiocies.
He was the mayor of London. This was in Beijing, and they were doing like the handover bit because we were going to be hosting next. So like at the end of the Beijing Olympics, he was there doing the thing. And he said that table tennis was invented in Britain, which is true, by middle-class dinner party people playing it on a table, just playing with a ball on a table. And they used to call it whiff-waff, which isn't true. That's not true. But he said it was, and that became a thing. And it's the most Boris Johnson performative posh man act shit that he ever did.
He is a whiff-waff.
He is a whiff-waff.
He is a whiff-waff.
I mean, I would also call him a fucking prick, but whatever. Yeah. A national embarrassment? A disgrace, perhaps?
A whiff-waff. Whiff-waff, my...
Whiff-waff. What a wanker. Fucking hell. Anyway, but that's the answer. So I get a point, even though I'm angry. Right. In 1957, the founder of Alcoholics Anonymous annoyed some members when he suggested that what could be a good substitute for alcohol. Punctuation helps you, Jimmy. Anyway, so what did the twat who started AA think would be a good substitute for alcohol?
I have no idea.
Heroin.
That would be a very bad substitute. But we'll go with it.
Before, haven't I? That, maybe I haven't told you. I don't know. Sigmund Freud, back when he was working in Austria, way back when, before he had to leave, obviously, father of psychoanalysis and all that shit, and he was a psychologist for rich Viennese people, and he would often prescribe opium.
Right.
which was common at the time.
Illegal.
Fucking mental. And this newfangled thing came onto the market before it became illegal as well. And he decided to prescribe it because he didn't think it was very addictive as a way of coming off opium, and that was to prescribe cocaine.
Yeah, that non-addictive side effect.
Yeah. Basically, he got lots of rich people very fucked up.
Yeah, hooked on
So,
pretty strong narcotics.
Pretty strong. Anyway, 6. Which celebrity released a video of themselves taking a delivery of meat, lol, and giving up a microbiotic diet for lockdown, but promised to try to stick to humane meat? What? I'm going to have to read that again. Because, for a start off, delivery of meat is a great euphemism.
Taking a delivery of meat. Taking a delivery.
She took a right delivery of meat. Anyway, which celebrity... She takes a good delivery of meat, I'm telling you. Which celebrity released a video of themselves taking a delivery of meat, lol, and giving up a macrobiotic diet for lockdown, but promised to try to stick to humane meat? What the fuck? I don't even know what this is. What is... some celebrity. Just name a celebrity.
Okay, so Tony and the...
Angelina Jolie.
No, I think actually Tony Blakeway in the chat, who is the ringer of the quiz show. Always on the internet, Tony. He says that gobshite brand. Because it fits so well. I can totally see that. I'm convinced it's too funny to not be true, and even if it isn't, let's just go with it because it's the best answer we're gonna get. That gobshite brand.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
All right.
7. For the Queen's 94th birthday, for she is getting that old.
Yeah.
Which part of the traditional celebrations did book? Oh, she is that old. Apologies, Your Majesty. Which part of the traditional celebrations did Buckingham Palace decide would not be appropriate?
Probably her shaking
Probably the
hands.
orgy, I reckon.
Yeah, she's going to invite... Well, she was inviting over Elizabeth Warren to show her some tricks.
Well, exactly, yeah. And she was saying,
Actually, she was going to show Elizabeth...
I've done it 93 times before. I deserve my 94th delivery of meat. Please.
She's going to take that meat delivery. I'm pretty sure it's shaking hands with the crowds.
Probably, yes, I imagine so. And rimming the corgis. Because as discussed, you can do everything but not rimming, okay?
Right.
Which celebrity became TikTok's fastest rising trend with the dance, the 2C slide?
No idea. None. Should we look it up?
No idea.
Should we watch the 2C slide?
Yeah, let's watch the 2C slide.
Was it with a Y?
TOOSIE.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
2C or 2Z, perhaps, I don't know.
2C slide. Oh, I'm gonna go. Tick tock.
Tick tock, tick tock.
April 8th?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Created by Drake. So that's the answer. But let's have a look at the 2C slide.
Is that it?
What? The fuck is going on here?
No idea. I don't know how to work TikTok. I'm a boomer, apparently. So we'll just go back and say Drake because we cheated.
Well, it's Drake. Drake doing some shit dancing. Okay.
We think. Unless it was based on
stop motion animation of himself. Okay.
Yeah, doing the worm.
In Cornwall, a man called Tim Fuge, or Fudgy, whatever, created something of the same size and weight as his newborn. What? He did an amazingly massive shit. I have no idea.
No, I have. He created something the same
created
size.
Something of the same size and weight.
Why not say what was it? A gallstone?
Yeah.
That would be.
I mean, they had real trouble with that one.
We're just gonna go.
Imagine
with
trying to
Gulfstream.
pass that. Oh, outrageous. I don't fucking know what the answer is. Right. Who's the director of the forthcoming Killers of the Flower Moon, starring Leonardo DiCaprio?
No idea.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
he's a director.
That could be a thing. Yeah, he's going to make a cameo appearance.
I think I'm kind of losing the will for some of these questions here. I guess topical questions. Topical means things
topical.
to Jimmy
That's
Carr.
Fine. But I don't fucking care. I don't. Anyway, so let's get the answers, and before I have to start fucking cutting.
Oh, you were right.
Jerry Halliwell. There we go.
Yeah, I think that you didn't say that name, so we'll give you the point.
I was saying Jerry Hall because that's another woman who's ginger, and they're all called Jerry something. So.
A very popular name in the 80s, apparently.
World Wrestling Entertainment.
Correct.
Jerry Hall was not in the 80s. Fucking hell.
No, but born, that's when they would have been named, right?
Well, no, Jerry Hall was long before the 80s, though.
Oh, okay. She's born in the 70s?
She's like fucking 60 odd now or something.
Oh,
Anyway.
but no, but Jerry, the phase of calling women Jerry, like, had a bit of a... Anyway.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, croquet was the answer.
So good.
Or croquet.
From the chat, again, another good contribution. Whiff waff.
Whiff waff. There you go.
I'm going to call him Prime Minister Whiff waff.
Load of bollocks. Load of bollocks.
Oh, LSD.
LSD.
Well, it's a pretty trippy way to get off of alcohol, but I think people I don't know if it works for changing the brain approach to like addiction or not.
Well, yeah, but it's also mental because you're supposed to be getting clean.
Yes. I don't even remember question 6.
No, I don't know.
It's too long ago.
This is a nightmare.
Well, after you've had like 20 questions.
Yeah.
Which celebrity? Oh, it was instead of that. No, it wasn't Russell Brand.
Oh right, okay.
It was
that would make sense.
She was taking the meat delivery.
Good on her.
That's what we really remember about. The 94 gun salute.
What was that question? I don't even
that
know
was
what
the
question
Queen.
was.
Wasn't that with the Queen?
Oh, why would that be inappropriate?
Yeah, I mean they could socially distance.
Because you literally have to be more than 2 meters away, otherwise that's not safe.
Yeah, I think my answer was better. It might not have been right, but it was better.
Mine was definitely better.
Yeah, it was Drake. Okay, so cheating works.
Tricky. The man who supports every NBA franchise.
A Cornish pasty.
Oh, he created a Cornish pasty the same size as his newborn child. Good Lord.
Why? I guess the Cornwall part of it.
Well, all I'm going to say is if you eat that in one go, you are going to create a massive shit as well. So
yeah, that's true.
It's going to take you 4 days to get there, but you know.
He did. There was a hint in the question. It said in Cornwall.
Well, yeah, but I mean.
So, yeah, but you know. I'm just saying.
It's one of those things where it's protected, where if it's a Cornish pasty, it has to be made in Cornwall. But that doesn't mean that everyone in Cornwall only eats Cornish pasty.
No, I'm just saying for the answer, there was a hint.
Yeah,
in the
that's
question.
fine. But yeah, retrospectively, it's a clue. It's
right, yes.
Martin Scorsese, who fucking cares?
Yeah. All right. If we can't even remember the questions anymore, I think we've done enough.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
When they all start to blur. Wait, was this Pluto?
Matt's Hummels.
Okay, yeah, we got to get our Hummel plug in. Both for the figurine.
No, you don't want to plug anything with a Hummel.
No, it's too big.
That is a trip to A&E.
And collectible.
Deep problems. Well, I mean, you may want to plug your parts of you with Matt's Hummels.
That would be a good substitution.
Okay with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because, Hummels are actually...
The ceramics...
Yes.
No, that is a trip to A&E waiting to happen.
And also, you don't want to decrease
a very awkward hobble into A&E waiting to happen.
Like hobble. You don't want to decrease the resale value on your Hummel by having it be part of an A&E extraction.
Exactly.
Report.
Because they may have to break it to get it out.
Yeah, you don't want to damage it.
Which, I mean, you're just like, no, be careful with it. Well, do you want it out of your arse or not? Okay? Either I'll use the fucking hammer, or it stays in there forever. And you essentially become a human Hummel cozy.
So are you taking a break from videos, or are you making more? You gotta move on to your next project.
I'm making more. I've got a short history one about I'm debunking a meme.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a really pointless one in a way, but kind of meta. Anyway. It's the one about, in quarantine, Shakespeare wrote King Lear, so you can do a thing too.
Oh, yes.
Toll
And
bollocks.
Newton wrote something too, allegedly, in quarantine.
Yeah, he discovered
optics.
Gravity. No, I heard gravity, whatever.
Okay.
Well, I must have told you my one Newton gravity fact.
About the apple and the tree.
About the apple.
Yep.
It was an allegory. There wasn't literally an apple that hit him in the head.
Yes.
It was to do with the Bible and the fruit of the tree of knowledge and all that.
Yes. I had a.
So there you go. Also, he was gay.
He was in terms of Christian theology, he was actually not a Trinitarian. He was more in line with the teachings of Arius, that God was actually supreme and Jesus was subordinate to the Father, which was heresy, which is why he didn't really say it publicly, but his writings indicate that.
Gay.
And there was Arius, so it's called Arianism, but it's not the Aryan with the sort of Nazi Y thing.
But also he was gay.
Spelling.
Ignoring the gay?
No, I was just adding the bit that I knew about his theology.
But he was gay.
Okay.
Yeah, the only sexual relationship we know he ever had was with a Swiss man called Eustathius.
Okay.
And he ran the Royal Mint and had people who were forging coins executed. He was a troublesome man.
Wow.
Yeah.
He had the full range of
he
life.
was a man of great contradictions.
Mm.
He also believed in alchemy, so not exactly the perfect scientist.
Well, yeah, he was pre-Enlightenment, though.
And you know who wrote his biography, not auto, obviously. A man you know from something else completely.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, you finish your thought. Go ahead. No.
No, sorry, no. John Maynard Keynes of the Keynesian economic fame.
Keynesian.
He was also a historian who got hold of Newton's manuscripts and all sorts, and went through them and found all this other stuff. Like he was convinced, absolutely convinced, that turning base metals into gold was possible. It isn't.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, chemistry was a valid science, but alchemy isn't. And what's the line between alchemy and chemistry is alchemy is all the shit that didn't work.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, I mean, they had a pretty logical reason. My understanding is that gold and what were they trying to make gold out of? Iron or something?
Well, any base metal.
Yeah, but there's one in particular that's only one off in the periodic chart of elements from each other.
Cardboard.
Yes. No, right, the cardboard element. So like they knew they had a lot of the similar properties, but cardboardium.
It's one of the noble gases.
But no, you can't make things into gold.
You cannot, no.
But you can make carbon into a diamond.
There's one takeaway from this 2 hours of broadcasting: alchemy doesn't work.
Yeah. As I said, alchemy was where all the failures of chemistry got dumped. So it's kind of unfair because they were kind of dealing with the same processes. They just didn't know the limits of where things were yet. Anyway, yeah.
He was also gay.
Yeah, we've heard that. I heard that rumor on this show. I think
well,
5
times.
Didn't
hear it during his lifetime because he kept it, understandably, under wraps.
Yes. Yeah.
You could be in prison for that shit. And many were.
Oh, lead.
It seems like a slightly strange thing to do. You're having gay sex, so we're going to put you in prison to stop that.
Yeah, okay. That doesn't make any sense. No. By the way, yes, it was 3 people in the chat have said lead, and yes, it was trying to turn lead into gold because they're really close to each other. Okay. I mean, I don't know if I don't think the periodic table of elements or chart of elements existed at the time, but did you know?
Cardboardium did.
Yes. Did you know about the guy who developed the periodic chart, who actually predicted elements that hadn't been observed yet, but he knew must exist because they had to go in the chart, and he could tell the properties and predict what they were going to what their properties would be because of the elements, their atomic weight. Yeah,
that was Mr. Period, wasn't it? Named it after. Although he was French, so it was pronounced Period or something, but yeah.
I want to say maybe his name was, I think he was from Eastern Europe somewhere, But it was just an amazing example of the scientific method being used to, you know, make predictions in this case, from like, I know that these things have these characteristics and these other things have these other characteristics. So by putting these two together, whatever occupies the space will have these specific characteristics. And he got him right. Mendeleev, yeah.
It had the idea of genetics before knowing of the existence of the gene. But he knew something must exist.
Exactly. Like he could theorize, he could observe the effects of the process without knowing how it functioned. Like he knew that there was some sort of pattern there that was going on. Yeah, this guy, Dmitri,
period, yeah.
Yes, that was his name.
Oh, Mendeleev. Oh, yeah. After
Mendeleev. Is that how you say
so
it?
Mendeleevium is one of the actual. No, unlike carbodium, which I made up, Mendeleevium is an actual thing. Is one of the periodic elements.
Yeah. Later identified as gallium, germanium, and scandium were all unknown in 1871, but Mendeleev left spaces for each and predicted their atomic masses and other chemical properties. Within 15
clearly,
years...
he didn't predict unobtainium.
No, he didn't. The missing elements were discovered conforming to the basic characteristics he had recorded. That's just, for me, that's like so cool. Like also, that.
Beard.
Well, look at the beard, yeah. He's really rocking the 1871 glorious look there. The 1870s, yeah, exactly. Man.
That beard says 1871 scientist all over.
Oh, yes. He's right.
I haven't got time to shave. I'm trying to understand the world.
Do people in the 1890s used to look back on the 1870s and go, oh my gosh, do you remember the 70s beards we used to all have?
Oh, do you remember?
Back in the 70s, when we had the big collars and the big beards.
Oh, do you remember the penny farthing? Oh, crazy days.
All right. Well, I think that's the end of the show, everyone.
Yeah. Hummels.
Brought to you by Hummels.
Brought to you by Hummels and Matt Hummels. So. And someone tweeted, oh, bless them, they used to go to Max the other day to me, and I was like, well, who the fuck's Max? It's Mats, M-A-T-S. They're German.
Yes. Double T-S. Yeah?
No, it's single T.
What?
Matt Hummels is pronounced, it's spelled with a single T. M-A-T-S.
M-A-T-S.
That's his name.
Okay.
He's a human being. He exists.
And on that humane bombshell, we're revealing the spelling of Matt Hummel. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you.
Or you could go game, set, and Mats.
You could. Or you could.
See, because that's the end of the tennis game.
Thank you to
You're very welcome
in the chat for giving us answers and helping out and being clever. Not all the time, but hairy vagina for the win.
Very rarely. Very rarely.
I just
also,
slid that line. Kevin didn't even
just
catch the hairy vagina thing, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. What was that then?
No.
What did I miss?
It was just HK in the chat saying hairy vaginas for the win.
What's that in reference to?
I'm not entirely sure. I think maybe it's because it was HK who told us about the guy we just looked at.
Oh, okay. 80s beards. Yeah,
yes.
70s. Do you remember 70s Bush?
And apparently Mendeleev was a West Bromwich Albion fan.
Okay. I hope that's true. That'd be amazing. Technically, they existed in 1871, so that's possible.
You have to do a fact check on that. Anyway, I'm trying to wrap up the show. What were you going to say, Kevin?
No, I was just saying that West Bromwich Albion existed in 1871, so it's possible, just possible, that Mendeleev could have done this entirely obscure new thing in England called football. I'm going to support this one team in the Midlands for no reason. Whilst also discovering scandium or whatever the fuck happened. I've forgotten already. No, he didn't discover it. He predicted it.
Yes.
Yeah. He specifically didn't fucking find it, Kev, you twat. Anyway. Hairy vaginas for the win.
Yeah. So, what were you going to say before? I really wanted
to... shell.
Yeah. Was that it? Okay.
No, I've forgotten.
Oh, okay. We got distracted by football and hairy vaginas. Fair enough.
Well, that's my life. Yeah. Those are the two things that will distract me in any circumstance.
Thank you, people in the chat, for being part of this show. And everything else, thanks to people in the future watching all the way to the end. And of course, thanks as ever to my cock-obsessed cock and balls named...
Whoa. Cock-obsessed?
Well, you did admit that you get, like, you are very fascinated by things that happen to penises.
Well,
in the past.
And vag.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Well, we were just focusing on kraut at the
Anything.
time.
Geniticular. Is that a word? It should be.
It's a Kev word now.
It was named after Mr. Genital.
Say goodbye from me and goodbye from Mr. Genital.
No, I'm not coming in on that. No. Say it properly, otherwise it doesn't fucking happen.
All right, guys. So so goodbye from me and goodbye from Mr. Genital. Say goodbye, Mr. Genital.
Goodbye, Mr. Genital.